Time out of the backcourt, all the way to the rim for a thunderous slam.
Every game, all season long, through the NBA Finals.
Drives, he jump stops, he's off balance, he put it up and in. I don't know how.
Your home for hoops is Sirius XM Radio. Now, let's take you courtside for the game.
Frost Bank. Exactly what you unexpected. The official bank of the San Antonio Spurs. By Methodist Healthcare. Serving humanity to honor God. And now from Spurs Net Center, here's your host, Carl Schoenig.
When you ask Google for the definition of the word pivotal, the response generated is, quote, something of critical importance acting as a central point upon which other things depend or turn. It often indicates a critical, game-changing moment, figure, or idea that significantly affects the outcome of a situation, end quote. Tonight, the young San Antonio Spurs face their first pivotal Game 5 that'll tip the balance of the Western Conference semifinals against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Hello, everyone. I'm Carl Schoening, and this is Spurs Radio Game Night. We'll get you ready for tonight's Spurs game by hearing from Spurs wing Devin Vassell, checking in on playoff bracket action around the NBA, and Spurs radio voice Dan Weiss sits down with Spurs rookie Carter Bryant. Before we do all that, though, we're now joined by Spurs radio voice Dan Weiss. And Dan, I don't say this lightly, but tonight is undoubtedly the biggest game of the Spurs season.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair statement considering, where, as you alluded to, pivotal comes into play as far as Game 5s go in a best-of-7 series that's tied 2 games apiece, because the winner of Game 5 historically goes on to win the series 82% of the time. And going through the Spurs history in regards to that, the Spurs are actually 10-1 in 7-game series when they win game number 5. So they're actually a little bit better than that 82%. They're a little closer to 91%. So, yeah, it's a pretty important game, I think, for both these teams. But I think that's also, why you fight for every inch in the regular season as far as getting seeding, getting 62 wins, getting to be in the position, where you have the ability to host Game 5 and, if needed, host Game 7 as well.
So, in the event that people have not heard yet, Victor Wembanyama faced no additional discipline after his flagrant 2 foul that cost him from the 8:39 mark of the second quarter till the end of the game in Game 4. And just hearing what the Spurs had to say, it seems like Wemby is very focused and ready to come out like a caged lion tonight, and it should be a fun one to see what Wemby responds to after that ejection from Game 4.
Well, I think we're all probably as eager to hear from Victor Wembanyama after the game tonight as we are to watch Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs here tonight, because Victor's very intentional in everything that he does and everything that he says. He's very elegant in the way he puts everything out into the universe. So I'm very intrigued as far as what he's going to say after the game tonight, hopefully after a Spurs win. But Devin Vassell had some good comments that I know you'll hit on here a little bit later on in Spurs Radio Game Night. But, to put it politely, they're looking for an upset Vic out there tonight on the floor.
Oh, man, now you're making me wonder if I listened for any FCC violations out there. I'm pretty sure upset is the word that they use.
Upset's the word he used.
And that's exactly what I think you'll be seeing. Upset yet focused Victor Wembanyama tonight. But on the other side, something that Wemby does play a little bit of a part in, but the Spurs as a team need to collectively do, is their only 2 losses in this series. They've had subpar 3-point shooting nights. It'd be nice to see them get a few to fall early.
Yeah, and I'd like to see Julian Champagnie and Devin Vassell get established early in that department. I don't necessarily think that's going to be a focus on the game plan offensively. They're going to take the shots that are in rhythm and what comes to them. So that does mean, taking advantage in the paint, which they've been really doing successfully in this series. Then they're going to take that too. But yeah, it would be nice to see Julian and Devin see a couple go down early, because usually if they see a couple go down early, the shooting then just kind of comes contagious around the rest of the roster, and everyone seems to feed off that.
Dan, I'll have to check, and I don't see that I've gotten any push notifications from Spurs PR.
They are both available.
They are both available.
Yeah, Dylan
Thank
Harper
you so much.
and De'Aaron Fox both available for tonight.
Because that is my next thing, and it did not make the injury report officially on the NBA injury report. And as usual, Dante DiVincenzo is out with his right Achilles tendon repair surgery. So that is your injury report, the only player out. Dan, we look forward to your game call. It'll be a fun one tonight in the Frost Bank Center.
Sure will. Thanks, Carl.
Spurs Radio Game Night rolls on, and when we come back, we hear from Spurs wing Devin Vassell. Spurs Radio continues in a moment.
Stay connected to your Spurs family. Download and sign in to the official Spurs app presented by Frost. Scores, highlights, or stats, no problem. Tap into every game night with the digital arena presented by Ledger. From chats to trivia, climb the leaderboard for real prizes on game nights.
Come to Spurs 2-on-1.
Stay close to every play, every moment. Download free in your app store or visit spurs.com/app. Season presented by HEB.
It's playoffs time, San Antonio, when every moment matters and there's no room for hesitation.
And when it's time to make your next move, Hill Country Honda is ready to deliver.
Shop online or on the showroom floor and find the perfect new Honda built for performance, reliability, and value.
You'll also find a deep lineup of certified Hondas and quality used vehicles.
Plus, Hill Country Honda pays top dollar for every trade.
Too much to offer, not enough time. Don't wait for the buzzer.
Visit HillCountryHonda.com and get more on 1604 at Hill Country Honda.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
At Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel, Texas's premier entertainment destination, we love winners. With millions of dollars in jackpots paid, vehicles, cash, and gift giveaways monthly, the excitement never ends. Visit Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel in Eagle Pass, Texas, and find current promotions at LuckyEagleTexas.com or on social at Lucky Eagle Texas.
From the Spurs Net Center, I'm Carl Schoening. Getting ready for Game 5 between the Spurs and the Timberwolves at the Frost Bank Center in San Antonio, with tip-off scheduled for a little after 7 o'clock tonight. The Spurs were relieved to hear that Victor Wembanyama would receive no further discipline following his flagrant 2 foul that cut his Game 4 in Minnesota short. Devin Vassell spoke to the media this morning at shoot-around and was asked if he feels the circumstances around Wemby will change the officiating in Game 5. Vassell carefully navigated the question.
We just know that Vic got to be careful. Obviously, he can't get any more flagrants or anything like that, so we just know he got to be careful, and we got to have his back if they're going to try and be physical or try and bully him or do whatever that, we got to have his back.
With Victor Wembanyama continuing to be the topic of conversation, Vassell was asked how Wemby is handling the situation, and Devin gave some insight into Vic's mindset heading into Game 5.
He's ready to go. I'm going to tell you that. I know he was upset not being able to play that game, so I know he's going to be ready to go. And that's what we need. We need an upset Vic who's ready to go and attack the game for sure.
The Timberwolves have been the most physical opponent, not just for the Spurs, but for any team in the NBA playoffs, according to defensive free throw foul rate. Vassell was asked what the key is for the Spurs to keep their cool through such physical play. Vassell explained it's just part of the playoffs.
I mean, that's a part of the playoff basketball, and that's a part of it. It's all what we've been asking for the past couple of years. So we expect the physicality, we expect the mind games, we expect all that, honestly, and it's just being able to compete and moving on to the next play. Obviously, we're not going to let anybody bully us or walk over us. That's just not who we are. So we're going to fight back, but we want to keep it all about basketball. We're not sitting here trying to start fights or nothing like that neither.
The Spurs will focus on basketball tonight in their biggest game of the season to this point. Spurs Radio Game Night rolls on, and when we come back, we'll check out how the NBA playoff bracket is playing out so far. This is Spurs Radio.
and the crowd goes wild for the home team.
Could your credit score use a home court advantage? Self has tools that can give you an edge on your credit building journey. Make your credit feel right at home with Self, the official credit building app of the San Antonio Spurs.
Have you thought about how your family would be protected if the unexpected happened? Life insurance can help provide financial security for the people who matter most, help cover expenses, protect loved ones, and bring peace of mind. At AHIA, our agents can help you find the life insurance coverage that fits your needs and your budget. Don't wait. Call 210-210-AHIA. That's 210-210-AHIA, or visit AHIAbenefits.com to learn more today.
Spectrum TV makes sports easy, so I never miss. Never miss a homer. Never miss a home field hat trick. Never miss a goal line stand inches from the end zone. Never miss an end-to-end, tic-tac-toe, top shelf snipe. Never miss a downtown buzzer beater for the championship win. Get your favorite streaming apps included at no extra cost with Live TV. It's one plan, one price, one place for all your sports. For details, visit SpectrumTV.com.
Nothing compares to catching your San Antonio Spurs live. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Spurs and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can experience all the sights, sounds, and styles in person. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you were there live. So put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Spurs.
He lines up the shot from way downtown.
Don't let low credit make reaching your financial goals feel like a long shot. Self has the tools to help you get the credit you deserve.
He shoots. He scores.
Spur your credit forward with Self, the official credit building app of the San Antonio Spurs.
Spurs and Timberwolves set to tip off from the Frost Bank Center in San Antonio with games starting scheduled a little after 7 o'clock tonight. From the Spurs Net Center, I'm Carl Schoen. Keep an eye on the NBA action in the playoffs. There are no other games tonight as 2 tickets have been punched to their conference finals, as last night the Oklahoma City Thunder finished a sweep of the Los Angeles Lakers 4-0. The final game being played in Crypto.com Arena last night. The Thunder will have at least 6 days off until the start of the Western Conference Finals to play the winner of this Spurs-Timberwolves series. On the other side of the bracket, the Cleveland Cavaliers tied up the series by defending home court. It's tied at 2 games apiece against the Detroit Pistons. That game 5 will be in Detroit tomorrow night to try and determine who will have the edge in that series. While the New York Knicks have swept the Philadelphia 76ers, if they were playing a Game 5, that would be tonight. Instead, the Knicks take care of business. No additional game needed at Madison Square Garden, and the Knicks are in the Eastern Conference Finals and will play the winner of that Pistons-Cavaliers series. Keep an eye on all of that action throughout the Spurs radio broadcasts the rest of this postseason, as when we come back here on Spurs Radio Game Night, Dan Weiss will sit down with Spurs rookie Carter Bryant. This is Spurs Radio.
Get used to hearing this. Because with the new Spurs Frost debit card, you're the MVP. Get in on the action with ticket discounts and Frost Club access at home games. Enjoy discounts on Spurs merchandise and the chance to win one-of-a-kind prizes and experiences. Live the full Superfan experience with your new Spurs Frost debit card and Frost checking account. Visit your nearest Frost location or frostbank.com/SpursCard to learn more.
Are you a current or former military service member, first responder, or government employee? The Spurs would like to honor your service by offering you up to 25% off tickets to select playoff home games this postseason. To get your exclusive discount, simply verify your eligibility online with Spurs partner GovX. Registration is fast, easy, and totally free. Visit govx.com, that's govx.com, or go to spurs.com/salute to learn more. Thank you for serving our country and communities. See you at the arena.
At Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel, Texas's premier entertainment destination, we love winners. With millions of dollars in jackpots paid, vehicles, cash, and gift giveaways monthly, The excitement never ends. Visit Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel in Eagle Pass, Texas, and find current promotions at LuckyEagleTexas.com or on social at Lucky Eagle Texas.
It's playoffs time, San Antonio, when every moment matters and there's no room for hesitation.
And when it's time to make your next move, Hill Country Honda is ready to deliver.
Shop online or on the showroom floor and find the perfect new Honda built for performance, reliability, and value.
You'll also find a deep lineup of certified Hondas and quality used vehicles.
Plus, Hill Country Honda pays top dollar for every trade.
Too much to offer, not enough time. Don't wait for the buzzer.
Visit HillCountryHonda.com and get more on 1604 at Hill Country Honda.
Most of the jewelry sold in the U.S. is made in India or China. At America's Diamond, we design and create our jewelry right here in San Antonio, and the difference in quality is amazing. Most jewelers stock a couple of diamonds over 1 carat and a handful of diamond engagement rings. At America's Diamond, we stock more than 800 diamonds over 1 carat and 3,000 diamond engagement ring styles. Quality for quality, we guarantee that the everyday America's Diamond price is lower than any jewelry store's very best sale price, or we'll refund the difference plus 25%. America's Diamond is locally owned, and all 45 of us live here in San Antonio with our families. The America's Diamond Circle of Support charitable program has raised more than $1 million for San Antonio's schools, churches, and charities. America's Diamond is the official jeweler of the University of Texas at San Antonio Athletics, the San Antonio Spurs, and Mission Baseball. See our television program tonight and every night on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. Call 561-1000.
Spurs and the Minnesota Timberwolves, Game 5 coming up here at the Frost Bank Center. Please be joined by Spurs guard Carter Bryant. Just give me your general thoughts of game number 4, considering obviously the circumstances with Vic getting ejected there early in the second quarter. I mean, I thought it was a heck of a response from you guys, and I think there's a lot of positives you could take away as a group from that game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing for us is, obviously you want to win that game, but I think the way we responded, like you said, some things didn't go our way with the shots that didn't drop. There's some fouls that we could have been better on, been in better position, so we didn't give ourselves those fouls, so we didn't put them on the line or whatever the case may be. But I think we did a great job at fighting and battling. We could have been early. We could have been more physical early, just from a team standpoint. Our shot selection, I feel like, was good. I think we did a good job at playing with pace and getting in the paint. But just in terms of basketball, there's going to be some things that don't go your way, and there's going to be some things that do go your way. And, it's just a flowing game, the ebbs and flows, so you can't take anything too personally. But
Coach Matt Nielsen, after the game told me that, even without Vic, in the moment, the one thing he's loved about this team is that you guys just go out and play. It doesn't matter who's on the floor, who's not on the floor, who's available, who's injured. It's just the 5 guys go out there, and nothing seems to really change. And I think for a lot of teams, especially a young team, losing your superstar that early in the game might be intimidating. But the poise that you guys showed in the aftermath of that, I think, was pretty admirable.
I mean, there's nothing to be afraid of. It's basketball. We play stints without Vic during the game, so, just understand, it's basketball. There's nothing they can do on the floor that's going to be this is super overwhelming for us. Everybody, is capable of doing the same thing. Obviously, it's hard to make it for the production that a player like him on both ends of the floor makes it for, but, we're more than capable of it. We've had games this year where we went a few game stretches where we didn't have him, and, I think that helped us a lot early on in the year. We had, I think we even played a few cup games without him. So just understanding what we're capable of. And we have multiple guys on this team that could be 20-point per game scorers, and, they do a great job at playing their role and affecting winning. So those times where, Vic is out or, whoever the case may be, they step up and have a big role. But, basketball is going to be basketball. I think our competitive response is better than any team in the league. So I think our just ability to just get better, and no matter what thing is, just kind of not blink and just keep our head on straight and just keep moving forward and progressing. I think we do that better than any team in the NBA.
How much have you learned in the playoffs how valuable each possession is, particularly down the stretch, and how you guys are valuing each and every single possession?
I think you really learn the importance of when people say every possession is the most important possession. You may not feel it. You may get up probably with 11-20. It might be maybe your second possession of the game in the first quarter, and you're just oh, it's fine. The ball got tipped out of bounds, but you never know that may end up playing down the road, or somebody gets an early steal, and that gives a guy confidence to go do certain things. But not basketball. Basketball is such a unique sport because no matter what it is, there can be so many momentum changes. throughout the game, whether that's good, bad, or indifferent for your team. So just understanding basketball is going to be basketball and just continuing to do what you're taught.
There's a video going around, I don't know if you've seen it, of you and Julius Randle on a made free throw, and it's literally like the two of you having a wrestling match going for the rebound. It's unbelievable, in what would be easily in a regular season, 3 fouls called against you just going for a rebound on a made free throw. Have you been a part of any kind of physical basketball that you've experienced in the first 4 games of this series?
I think that was like the average University of Arizona practice last year. I mean, we had monsters last year at Arizona. They had a lot of monsters this year too, but I mean, Coach Lloyd was someone that not necessarily introduced me to being overly physical, but just understanding that's one of my advantages. I'm physically imposing. I can guard. I truly believe I can guard 1 through 5, and just me being able to bear anybody's weight. It's just Julius Randle, that's not a little guy. That's not a small guy. He's a monster of a human being as well. So just being able to go out with him and just being able to go try to make a play on the ball, it's dope. It's just competitive spirit. Yeah. I respect him. I hope he respects me. So just going at it like that, yeah.
Yeah, and when you guys were forced to go small, you've kind of embraced that challenge of being the small ball center, and Mitch has shown a lot of confidence in you in playing that role as well too.
Yeah, it's funny. It's just the opportunity that you get. You have to go and prove yourself, and I feel like I've done a good job of doing that when I have gotten my opportunities. But yeah, man, you can't fear anybody. You can't go in there wondering what will happen. All right, I got a battle with a dude that's 7'2". I got a battle with a dude that's 7 foot, 7'3", whatever the case may be. It's basketball at the end of the day. They tie their shoes the same way as me. I mean, they put on their tights and all that stuff. They socks the same way as me. So there's no reason to go out there and just be fearful of anything. So I'm just out there competing. You guys won 62 games for the right to host 2 out of these potential final 3 games of this series. How do you embrace playing at home and playing in front of the home crowd, at least tonight and then potentially for a Game 7? I think you just take it a step at a time. I think that's the biggest thing, just not putting too much pressure on ourselves. I mean, we're a good team, and we've shown that over the course of a regular season. And I think our next step, obviously, was showing that we can do it in the postseason. And to do that, we have to come up with this win in this series. But we got to take it a game at a time, take it play by play, quarter by quarter, and then obviously progress into half to the full game or whatever the case may be. But just not allowing any moment to have any less or more value than the previous one. Understanding that everything is created equally and allowing ourselves to create everything equally.
Carter, appreciate the time. Good luck here tonight.
Appreciate you.
Carter Bryant joining us. We'll take a break. Spurs and the Timberwolves. Game 5 coming up in just a bit. Spurs Radio continues in a moment.
Severe stomach cramps, trouble breathing, back pain? Don't diagnose yourself. For emergency medical care, leave it to the experts at one of our Methodist Healthcare ER locations. When it's an emergency, count on our trusted care teams and convenient locations. Our ERs offer high-quality emergency care 24/7. Choose emergency medical care wisely. Choose Methodist Healthcare. Find a location near you at sahealth.com/ER.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the 4th quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
At SWBC, we believe financial success hinges on teamwork. We've built a legacy on it, partnering with businesses across Texas to help Texans achieve their financial goals. With a comprehensive suite of personal and commercial services, we're here to support whatever journey you're on. From expert property tax services and HR solutions to protecting your future with insurance, investment strategies, and succession planning, we've got you covered. Because great things happen when we move forward together. SWBC, a proud sponsor of the San Antonio Spurs.
Triumph. The Rock and Roll Machine Reloaded Tour. May 21st at Frost Bank Center. Triumph 50th Anniversary. Live. Special guest, April Wine. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Don't miss Triumph Live.
back to Spurs Radio Game Night. From the Spurs Net Center, I'm Carl Schoening. Spurs and Timberwolves set to tip off for Game 5 at the Frost Bank Center in San Antonio a little after 7 o'clock tonight, and we're now rejoined by Spurs radio voice Dan Weiss. Dan, the big headline we touched on at the end of the first segment of the show was that Dylan Harper and De'Aaron Fox, after being questionable all day, will be active and available for the Spurs tonight, and they're coming off of two of their best games of the playoffs in Game 4 against Minnesota.
I think that's the one thing, in all the hoopla of Victor Wembanyama gate that we didn't talk enough about was not just Dylan and De'Aaron, but put Stephon Castle in that mix as well. And the three of them combined for 68 points in game number 4. And only the fourth time in Spurs playoff history they've had a trio of guards each score 20 or more points. First time since Game 5 of the 2013 Finals against Miami.
Dan, you'll have to forgive me for not wanting to put the word "gate" at the end of everything. That was an issue with me when I was in my 20s. But now that we talk about the Wembanyama gate, if you will, it's going to be a big night for Vic, and you almost have to wonder if maybe looking at everything that the social media sphere has brought up, you look back at the Wilt Chamberlains and the Shaquille O'Neals, and opponents were allowed to play physical against those guys because they were just so physically imposing. The same thing's happening to Victor Wembanyama, but unlike those two guys, the social media sphere doesn't stop pointing out at NBA officials on Twitter what is going on, and you almost have to wonder if the Spurs will maybe get some whistles in favor after all of the physical play that Wemby's had to deal with this series.
I don't know, Carl, because we have an officiating crew that has not reffed a single game in this series, and yeah, I know that they're all looking at it from afar, but I almost feel it's like the players, right? Until you actually get out on the floor and experience it, you're going to have to kind of figure out how the game's being called and how you're going to call the game as well, too. That's why we had this discussion last week about, man, it would be fun if you had the same officiating crew for every single game over the course of a 7-game series.
Well, as we talk, the fans are getting their rally towel practice in right now. No T-shirts tonight, but I get the feeling this will actually get the blood pumping a little bit more if we see these rally towels swung around, and hopefully bring some energy and maybe some additional AC to the basketball court.
The AC part would be certainly good. It's been getting hot in here, especially late during the games, and it's a reminder of what it used to be like when this team would play deep into May and early June, and they would be hot days, especially days that the air conditioner went out as well, too.
Yeah, that 2014 Game 1, if I'm not mistaken, of the finals. Yeah, when LeBron had to be carried off, it just shows you what kind of stuff that brought up Wilt Chamberlain earlier. They didn't have air conditioning in those arenas, and they also allowed the patrons to smoke. There was a lot that was very different back in the day, but luckily we have modern AC. But, what we also have that's modern is Danalytics. What kind of Danalytics you got for us tonight?
You were talking about, three-point shooting, Carl, and I went back and looked, and I thought it was interesting, in the games in these playoffs, not just this series where the Spurs have won, they're shooting 42% from the line. They're making 14 threes a game. The games they've lost, the 3 games they've lost, they're shooting 26% from the three-point line, and they're only making 7 a game. So I know a lot of it, focuses on Victor. I know a lot of it focuses on the guards getting downhill and attacking the paint and blowing things up in the paint. At the end of the day, a lot of times it still just comes down to it being a make-or-miss league, and it certainly was the case the other night in Minnesota, because on the night where you make 6 threes and you're in the game up until the last couple of possessions, you make 2 or 3 more threes, and that can clearly change what the strategy is like at the end of the ball game the other night. So that's kind of where, I think maybe we might see, the Spurs try to establish themselves with more on the perimeter. It might even be Victor, who we know is certainly I would say confident in his ability to stroke the three-pointer, sometimes overconfident as he gets into a little bit of a, maybe settling pattern. But I would think that that's one area of their game tonight that they're going to have a little bit more focus on.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about Victor Wembanyama is sometimes he can decide that he can affect the game from the perimeter, and where I feel like he's at his best is really when he tries to focus in on his scoring from 15 feet and in, like we saw in Game 1 of the 82-game regular scheduled season against Anthony Davis and the Mavericks, where he had 40 points, 15 rebounds, and only made 1 3. And it was just a phenomenal start to the season. Would love to see a stat line like that for him tonight. And Dan, we look forward to your game call. Should be a fun one.
Yeah. Thanks, Scrub.
All right, that'll do it for Spurs Radio Game Night. When we come back, Game 5 between the Spurs and the Timberwolves in the Western Conference semifinals. The broadcast gets rolling for the Spurs' biggest test of the season. Spurs Radio continues in a moment.
Cheering the Spurs.
You're listening to San Antonio Spurs basketball.
In the playoffs, every move matters. That's why the San Antonio Spurs trust UT Health San Antonio, their official sports medicine partner, to keep them in the game. It's the same level of care available to you. From sports injuries to joint replacement, our nationally recognized physicians combine experience with research-driven care to help you get back to what matters most. Get the care trusted by the Spurs. Find a UT Health San Antonio physician at everythingittakes.org.
Con Spectrum TV no me pierdo ni un partido, porque tengo todas mis aplicaciones favoritas juntas. ¡Golazo! Más TV en vivo y todos los canales de deportes. ¡Se va! ¡Se va! ¡Se fue! Todo en un mismo lugar sin pagar extra. ¡Canasta! Un plan, un precio, un lugar y todos tus deportes. Visita spectrum.com/toda tu TV para más información.
Looking for an opportunity to grow in the insurance industry? AHIA is recruiting motivated health insurance agents who want to build a successful career helping families find the coverage they need. Whether you're already licensed or looking to get started, our team provides the support, training, and tools to help you succeed.
Interested in joining their team or learning more about your coverage options? Call 210-210-AHIA. That's 210-210-AHIA or visit ahiabenefits.com today.
Dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but catching them from the hardwood is a whole different experience. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the San Antonio Spurs and the NBA. From seeing your favorite Spurs stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood, nothing compares to catching the game in person. Even if you're headed to the arena last minute, you can still score tickets at Ticketmaster. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Spurs. See you courtside, San Antonio.
The pride of the great Lone Star State,
The Spurs.
the San Antonio Spurs are on the air.
On the San Antonio Spurs Radio Network.
Your San Antonio Spurs! San Antonio Spurs playoff basketball is brought to you by Methodist Healthcare, serving humanity to honor God. Frost Bank, exactly what you unexpected. The official bank of the San Antonio Spurs.
The Spurs in the NBA playoffs!
Yes, sir.
Tip-off for the Spurs.
All right, here we go. Here's the opening tip.
And now, the voice of your San Antonio Spurs, Dan Weiss.
It's the ever pivotal Game 5 in a best-of-7 series as the Spurs and Timberwolves make their way back to the Alamo City for the resumption of their Western Conference semifinals with the series tied 2 games apiece. A pleasant good evening. Welcome back inside the Frost Bank Center. Dan Weiss upstairs here in the broadcast booth. As always, it's great to have you with us in a series that was already deemed to be one of the most physical in these NBA playoffs. Sunday's events brought that to a whole new level. Victor Wembanyama received a flagrant foul, penalty 2, and was ejected for the first time in his career after swinging his right elbow above the neck and into the face of Naz Reid at the 8:39 mark of the second quarter. But even without their star for nearly 75% of the contest, the Spurs were in a position to steal Game 4, leading 97-91 with 6 minutes and change remaining in the ballgame. Unfortunately, the Spurs shooting went cold, missing 7 of their final 10 shots, while Anthony Edwards produced 16 of his playoff-high 36 points in the fourth, helping the Wolves to even up this series following the weekend in the Twin Cities. The good news is that Wembanyama did not receive any further punishment from the league. He'll be available tonight, having played just 12.5 minutes in Game 4. The other good news is that the guard trio of Fox, Castle, and Harper combined to score 68 points in the absence of Victor, providing suffocating defense that nearly proved to be enough to walk out of the Target Center with a 2-game sweep. Instead, this best-of-7 is down to a best-of-3. And when it comes to a Game 5, there's no game more important. Teams that win Game 5 in a tied series go on to win the series 82% of the time. And in the Spurs case, in this current format that goes 2-2, 1-1, and 1, they're 10-1 when winning Game 5 and a perfect 9-0 when doing so here at home. So it's that pivotal Game 5, and it's on deck coming up here at the bank. This is Spurs Radio.
Experience award-winning sales and service satisfaction at North Park Chevrolet Castroville. Now for 6 consecutive years, a Chevrolet Dealer of the Year recipient. Or visit San Antonio's fastest-growing Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership, North Park CDJR in Castroville. Get no-hassle posted pricing and a 72-hour return policy on every new and used vehicle in stock. Experience the North Park way at every North Park dealership location serving San Antonio and Castroville.
At Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel, Texas's premier entertainment destination, we love winners. With millions of dollars in jackpots paid, vehicles, cash, and gift giveaways monthly, the excitement never ends. Visit Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel in Eagle Pass, Texas, and find current promotions at LuckyEagleTexas.com or on social at Lucky Eagle Texas.
¿Fuertes dolores de estómago? ¿Dificultad para respirar? ¿Dolor de espalda? No se autodiagnostique. En caso de emergencia, confíe en los expertos de Methodist Healthcare. En caso de emergencia, cuente con nuestros equipos de atención y nuestras cómodas ubicaciones. Nuestros servicios de urgencia están abiertos las 24 horas del día, los 7 días de la semana, y ofrecen una atención de alta calidad. Elija sabiamente. Elija Methodist Healthcare. Encuentre la sala de emergencias más cercana en sahealth.com/ER.
Are you a current or former military service member, first responder, or government employee? The Spurs would like to honor your service by offering you up to 25% off tickets to select playoff home games this postseason. To get your exclusive discount, simply verify your eligibility online with Spurs partner GovX. Registration is fast, easy, and totally free. Visit govx.com, that's govx.com, or go to spurs.com/salute to learn more. Thank you for serving our country and communities. See you at the arena.
From the Spurs Met Center, I'm Carl Schoening. Spurs and Timberwolves moments away from tipping off at the Frost Bank Center in San Antonio for Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals. Tonight's marquee matchup is Victor Wembanyama versus whatever the Timberwolves throw at him. As we heard earlier from Devin Vassell, Victor will be playing focused and upset tonight, and we know that Wemby is a dangerous player when he's upset. When we come back, Dan Weiss will have your starting lineups and tip-off between the Spurs and the Timberwolves. Spurs Radio continues in a moment.
Most of the jewelry sold in the U.S. is made in India or China. At America's Diamond, we design and create our jewelry right here in San Antonio, and the difference in quality is amazing. Most jewelers stock a couple of diamonds over 1 carat and a handful of diamond engagement rings. At America's Diamond, we stock more than 800 diamonds over 1 carat and 3,000 diamond engagement ring styles. Quality for quality, we guarantee that the everyday America's Diamond price is lower than any jewelry store's very best sale price, or we'll refund the difference plus 25%. America's Diamond is locally owned, and all 45 of us live here in San Antonio with our families. The America's Diamond Circle of Support charitable program has raised more than $1 million for San Antonio's schools, churches, and charities. America's Diamond is the official jeweler of the University of Texas at San Antonio Athletics, the San Antonio Spurs, and Mission Baseball. See our television program tonight and every night on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. Call 561-1000.
Spectrum TV makes sports easy, so I never miss. Never miss a homer. Never miss a home field hat trick. Never miss a goal line stand, inches from the end zone. Never miss an end-to-end, tic-tac-toe, top shelf snipe. Never miss a downtown buzzer beater for the championship win. Get your favorite streaming apps included at no extra cost with Live TV. It's one plan, one price, one place for all your sports. For details, visit SpectrumTV.com.
Welcome back inside the Frost Bank Center. Game number 5, the ever-pivotal game number 5 in a best-of-7 series that's tied 2 games apiece. The Spurs and the Minnesota Timberwolves head-to-head once again here tonight. And bring your starting lineups, beginning with the Spurs. 6-3 overall in these playoffs, 3-2 here inside the Frost Bank Center. Last game here, Spurs had their largest margin of victory in these playoffs and the third largest margin in franchise history, blowing out the Timberwolves 133-95. Same starters for Mitch Johnson tonight. The starting five has gone 5-3 so far in the postseason. At one guard, De'Aaron Fox, who was questionable with right ankle soreness earlier today, but he is available and in the starting five. 6'3", 190 in his ninth year out of Kentucky, averaging 18 points, 5.5 assists, and 3 rebounds in the playoffs, alongside Stephon Castle. 6'6", 220 in his second year out of UConn, averaging 18 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds in the playoffs. In the front court, Julian Champagnie, 6'7", 215 in his fourth year out of St. John's, averaging 10 points, 5 boards, alongside Devin Vassell, 6'5", 205 in his sixth year out of Florida State, averaging 12 points, 5 boards in the postseason. And the man in the middle, Victor Wembanyama, who expects to get a hero's welcome home tonight momentarily. 7'4", 240 in his third year from France, averaging 19 points, 10 rebounds, and over 4 blocks per game in these playoffs. Mitch Johnson, the head coach of the Spurs. The Minnesota Timberwolves 6-4 in the postseason, 2-3 away from the Target Center. Same starting five for them that won game number 4. At one guard, Ayo Dosunmu, 6'4", 201 in his fifth year from Illinois, averaging 16 points and 3 rebounds. Alongside Anthony Edwards, 6'4", 225 in his sixth year from Georgia, averaging 21 points and 6 rebounds. And here's Victor Wembanyama being introduced to the home crowd. As we said, a hero's welcome home for the man who was ejected in Minnesota at the 8:39 mark on Sunday. Continuing with the Timberwolves lineup, at one forward, Jaden McDaniels, 6'9", 205 in his sixth year from Washington, averaging 16 points, 6 rebounds in these playoffs, alongside Julius Randle, 6'9", 255 in his 12th year from Kentucky, averaging 17 points and 7 rebounds. And the man in the middle is Rudy Gobert, 7'1", 255 in his 13th year from France, averaging 8 points, 10 boards in the playoffs. Chris Finch is the head coach of the Timberwolves in his 5th season as the head coach of the T-Wolves. And in the playoffs, Chris Finch, 27-25, and overall 15-7, including the postseason against the Spurs. Our officials for tonight's game is assigned by the NBA, an entirely new crew that we have not seen in this series. John Goebel's our crew chief, and Taylor's the referee. The umpire is Carl Lane. Alternate is Kevin Cutler back in the replay center tonight. Sean Wright in Secaucus monitoring this, the one and only game in the NBA playoffs this evening. Spurs tonight for only the second time in the postseason and the first time since Game 3 in Portland, wearing their icon blacks. Black uniforms, silver and white trim, white numbers, white letters across the back. Spurs won that game in Portland, and in the regular season they were 15-3, wearing their icon blacks. The Minnesota Timberwolves in their association whites, white uniforms, navy blue trim, navy blue letters, navy blue numbers across the back. 2-1 in the association whites for Minnesota in these playoffs, including the Game 1 win here in San Antonio, and 14-12 in the association whites for Minnesota during the course of the regular season. Again, the winner of a Game 5 in a best-of-7 series that is tied at 2 games apiece goes on to win the series 82% of the time. Since 1984, when the Spurs win Game 5 of a 2-2 series, they win 91% of the time, 10-1. And when they win Game 5 here at home, they are unbeaten. That does not include the 2013 NBA Finals, because that series was a 2-3-2 format. The Spurs did win Game 5 at home. Of course, lost the next 2 in Miami, who went on to win the title. Spurs move right to left across the radio dial in the opening half as John Goebel throws it up, and the Spurs control the tip. And away we go alongside our on-site engineer, Sam Walters, statistician Walter Stoops, and Carl Schoening. I'm Dan Weiss. Thanks for joining us. Steph Castle, the basketball, down to the right block. Kick out to Aaron Fox. Gets free, gets underneath, floats it up and in. But before the shot, a foul on the floor is whistled. And the fans won't like that, as Carl Lane made the call on the baseline. And the foul is going to be on Julius Randle. And it'll be his first foul. And then the Spurs will take it side out. No, they won't. I'm actually going to say De'Aaron Fox. They are counting the basket. Okay. Must have changed their mind. Yeah, initially they were calling it on the floor. And then they actually changed their mind and gave De'Aaron Fox the basket. That's actually good officiating. Fox will complete the three-point play. And the Spurs get out to the early 3-0 lead as Ayo Dosunmu in his second straight start. Bring it up for Minnesota. And a foul whistled against the Spurs. Fouls on Devin Vassell trying to fight through the screen. And that's his first foul. And so the officials making fouls on both ends of the floor here early on in this game. On the first two possessions, Dosunmu bounce past Anthony Edwards, again coming off those pin-down screens, trying to free himself of the double team. Here it comes now with Wembanyama and Fox out of his hand. Shot clock down to 4. Jaden McDaniels attacking down to 1. He's got to put it up, and it knocked away by Julian Champagnie. That's a shot clock violation. And a turnover on Minnesota, their first of the game. In game number 4, Minnesota turned it over 17 times despite the win, turned into 21 points off of turnovers. That was one of the best games Spurs had at forcing turnovers. Julius Randle, 6 turnovers in that game alone. Castle spots Vassell. Devin back into the paint. Kick out Wembanyama, left wing against Edwards. Wembanyama goes up, lost the ball on the way up, out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. It'll remain Spurs ball. Shot clock at 9, 11:05 to go in the opening quarter. Spurs on top, 3-0. Castle will inbound to the baseline. Spot Champagnie left corner, back to Wembanyama. Guarded by Gobert. Wembanyama into the body of Gobert, floats it off the glass, too strong. And the rebound ripped down by Dosunmu. Ahead to Julius Randle. Randle back into the front court, keeping Castle at bay. Pulls up at the right elbow and knocks down the jumper. Julius Randle hasn't had the best of series. At 12 points in 38 minutes, had a 21-point game in Game 1, but he has slowed down mightily. Chris Finch would like to see him get back to his Game 1 status here tonight. This is Castle now to the right elbow attacking. Shovels it back to Wembanyama. Right wing three is up and no good. And the rebound taken down by McDaniels. 3-2 Spurs by 1. Jaden McDaniels bouncing off of Castle. Down to the left block onto the baseline. Now we'll give it to Edwards. Left corner 3. No good, but a closeout foul on Castle. And that'll put Anthony Edwards at the line for 3 free throws. Second team foul against the Spurs. And Anthony Edwards coming off a playoff best 36 points, including 16 in the fourth quarter. We'll go to the free throw line for 3 attempts here. It was the second straight game. Edwards has played 40 minutes as he hits the first. Edwards has missed only 6 free throws in these playoffs, 32 of 38, shooting at 83%. Now those 2 games over 40 minutes, he's now averaging over 31 minutes a game, despite playing with inflammation in his right knee and a bone bruise in his left knee. Second free throw is up and good as well. He's got one more coming as the Timberwolves take their first lead of the night. Jaden McDaniels also played back-to-back games of over 40 minutes, played a playoff high 41 minutes on Sunday, coming away with 14 points. And Edwards makes all 3 free throws, and the Timberwolves the last 5 points, and they lead it 5-3. Spurs back into the front court. Castle will give it to Wembanyama. Victor puts it to the floor between his legs. Step back, right wing 3. Again, too strong, but he's fouled. And a closeout foul on Rudy Gobert. And Victor will go to the line for 3 free throws himself. So we've already seen 2 closeout fouls called by this officiating crew, and they're going to take a look at this one on the closeout from Rudy Gobert.
Trigger on the floor is a possible flagrant foul. It is under review.
So they're going to look and see, did Rudy Gobert enter the landing space of Victor Wembanyama? And potentially to see this upgraded to a flagrant penalty 1. And certainly he did enter the landing space of Victor Wembanyama, and by letter of the law, this should be upgraded to a flagrant penalty 1. Unless Victor kicked out with that left leg, but it looks pretty obvious from letter of the law that this should be a flagrant penalty 1.
After review, Gobert closes out from a distance, and when Wembanyama lands on his foot, there's a potential for injury as a result of the contact. The play's been upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty 1. Wembanyama received 3 free throws, and with the San Antonio basketball free throw line extended.
All right. So, letter of the law, you close out from a distance, you land in the landing spot, potential for injury, almost always upgraded to a flagrant penalty 1. In the case here, as indicated by the crew chief, John Goebel. So, Victor's going to get 3 free throws, although he's going to get them with nobody on the free throw line, which is even harder, I think, sometimes than when you have everybody on the free throw line, and then the Spurs will get it side out of bounds of the basketball. Victor in these playoffs shooting 87% from the free throw line, and he's 35 of 40. And his first free throw is up and good. His ejection on Sunday was the first of his career. He played just 12 minutes. The 4 points that he scored in the game were the fewest that he had scored in any regular season or postseason game of his brief NBA career. Got ejected at the 8:39 mark. Second free throw short. And he's got one more coming here to try to knot the game up at 5. After the game, nobody specifically got a chance to talk to Victor because he was ejected, but Devin Vassell did tell us earlier today at shoot-around that he was upset, and the Spurs expected an upset Vic to come out here tonight. He makes 2 of 3, and the Spurs tie it up at 5, and they'll take it side out. When asked what an upset Vic could do, Devin simply replied, you've all seen what an upset Vic can do. Inbounded to Castle, bounce pass left side to Aaron Fox. Screen Wembanyama, Victor rolling, Fox lobbing it off the window for Victor, taps it back up and in. And went off the rim, and that was really more of a design play, a pass off the rim to enable Victor to get downhill, uncontested, to tip it up and in. Victor now with 4 points, Spurs on top again, 7-5. Second lead in the game for them after leading 3-0. Anthony Edwards, he'll pull up from 4 feet behind the line, and the 3 is no good. Rebound chased down by Castle. Outlet played to Fox. De'Aaron up the middle, right side against Gobert. Slips by him, ball fake, pretty. Up with a left hand for 2. That was nifty from De'Aaron Fox with a ball fake to get Rudy Gobert out of the play. Spurs by 4, 9-5. Edwards crossing up Vassell. Step back at the free throw line, gives it up to Randall. Straightaway 3 on the way, is in and out. Gobert with a clear out rebound, dumps it down. As he brushes off Victor Wembanyama, and Rudy Gobert throws it down for his first 2 points. 9-7, Spurs by 2. Fox brushing off Dosunmu in the paint, kick out right corner. Wembanyama rising for 3. Wee-wee! Victor Wembanyama drills his first 3 of the game. 7 in the opening quarter, the Spurs by 5. 12-7. Ayo Dosunmu, left wing, picks up the dribble, hands to McDaniels up top. His straightaway 3. Off the back heel, rebound tipped up by Wembanyama, and chased down by Victor to himself. Victor, high-stepping, kick out Champagnie, corner pocket 3, yes sir! JC for 3, and the Spurs by 8, 15-7. Just like that, 6-0 run for the Spurs. Largest lead of the game. Ayo Dosunmu. Closed out here by De'Aaron Fox, and now trapped by Castle. Bounce pass over to McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels trying to split through the defense of Castle and Champagnie. He's trapped with 7 on the shot clock. Hands to Dosunmu, same spot. Down to 4, down to 3. Dosunmu gets to the baseline. Pull-up jumper's good as he hits the deck. Tough shot from Ayo Dosunmu. And that snaps the 6-0 run for the Spurs with a 12-2 run overall. Get a delay of game violation warning here against Minnesota. 15-9. Spurs by 6. 4 minutes gone by, opening quarter. Castle, right side, harassed by Dosunmu. Screen from Vassell. Castle, waist-high dribble between his legs. Shot clock now down to 9. Still out on the perimeter. Hands to Wembanyama. Victor, the lane clears. Look out! Victor Wembanyama, windmill right-hand jam. And that's 9 already in the first quarter for Big Vic. 7:48 to go. Chris Finch calls timeout. We'll take you to our first SWBC break of the game. Spurs on top, 17-9. Spurs Radio, Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals continues in a moment.
At SWBC, we believe financial success hinges on teamwork. We've built a legacy on it, partnering with businesses across Texas to help Texans achieve their financial goals. With a comprehensive suite of personal and commercial services, we're here to support whatever journey you're on. From expert property tax services and HR solutions to protecting your future with insurance, investment strategies, and succession planning, we've got you covered. Because great things happen when we move forward together. SWBC, a proud sponsor of the San Antonio Spurs.
At BritBox, character is everything. Stream the iconic characters defining British TV on BritBox, including Ludwig.
I think I might just have solved a murder.
Vera.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Agatha Christie's Poirot.
Bonjour.
And more beloved favourites.
I'm a policeman. I'm a professional. I'm a Time Lord.
I'm the Duchess of York. Once you know them, you never quite forget them.
I ain't being vain. I just am special.
Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Watch with a free trial today at BritBox.com.
This summer, feel the game. Find your rhythm. Spurs Sports Academy. Boys and girls, ages 6 to 18, all skill levels, all heart, in San Antonio and Austin. Players are built here. Gain confidence every time the ball leaves your hand. With Spurs gear on your back, become more than you were yesterday, on and off the court. Register now. Spurs.com/camps.
Get used to hearing this, because with the new Spurs Frost debit card, your experiences. Live the full superfan experience with your new Spurs Frost debit card and Frost checking account. Visit your nearest Frost location or frostbank.com/Spurs card to learn more.
Did you hit the like button? Come on, hit the like button.
Spurs season
Subscribe
is
too.
By
Join
HEB.
the family.
7:48 to go opening quarter. Spurs on top, 17-9 early over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Early look at the Bet365 stats. Spurs have started 6 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown, with the threes coming from Wembanyama and Champagnie. No turnovers early on, 9 first quarter points for Victor Wembanyama. The Timberwolves 3 of 6 from the field to start. Missed all 3 of their threes, and they have already committed 1 turnover. That was a shot clock violation in the early going. 4 of their 5 starters have scored, led by 3 from Anthony Edwards. Check in for the first time tonight with Carl Schoening. He's up here in the broadcast booth, the Spurs Radio Net Center. Sorry, Carl.
Oh, yeah, Dan, looking forward to it. It's already loud here. It's been loud. My watch has given me about 4 or 5 warnings, but we were talking about what an upset Victor Wembanyama might look like. He's played pretty balanced inside and outside. That thunderous dunk that led to the timeout, but he's also put up 3 threes. One of them he was fouled on and made 2 of the 3 free throws, and he's also trying to work it inside, and that makes him really hard to guard because instead of maybe picking or choosing which one you have to guard, you have to be ready for both tonight for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 9 points, 5 minutes, pretty efficient basketball for Wemby.
Yeah, balance is a key word, Carl, especially when it comes to Victor's game. Starters will stay out there for the Spurs, and the starters will stay out there for Minnesota. No lineup changes here. Not really yet through the first rotation, as the timeout from Chris Finch came before the mandatory timeout, which comes after the under 7-minute mark. That's usually when the Spurs get their first subs into the game. Zayo DeSuma will bring it up, slips past De'Aaron Fox in the paint, floats it up high off the glass, and it hits the backboard, comes off the rim and back into the hands of Wembanyama. Victor's 3 rebounds already in the game. Aaron Fox gets the screen from Victor. Victor rolling. Fox lobs it up. Victor left it short, but he's bumped and fouled by Julius Randle. Second foul on Randle, and the 3rd team foul on Minnesota already in this opening quarter. We'll put Victor Wembanyama back at the free throw line. Timberwolves 23 fouls in game number 4. Put the Spurs at the free throw line 27 times. Mike Conley checking into the game, as is Naz Reid, as they're now saying Victor will not be shooting free throws, side out. Castle with the basketball up top, will hand it right side. Wembanyama bouncing off Gobert, gets him up, puts it up with the right hand, scores. Victor is in double figs already. He's played 5 minutes, and he has scored 11 points. And the Spurs, their first double-digit lead of the game, 19-9. Jaden McDaniels Looking for Anthony Edwards in the right corner. McDaniels will bring it down, splits through the defense, floats it up, left it short. And again, every time you got Victor down in the paint, every shot is just trying to play almost chess and science against the glass. And then Victor goes up strong on Gobert at the other end and puts it over him and in for two. 13 points for Victor Wembanyama, and it's an 18-4 run for the Spurs, who lead it 21-9. 6:38 to go here in quarter number one. Edwards up top, screened by Gobert. Slips past Wembanyama, pulls up at the foul line. Shot is in and out. And Minnesota has missed on their last 4 trips down the floor. Here comes Wembanyama, going to work again, backing it in. Victor, kick out, Castle, left wing. Castle, back to Wembanyama. 3-ball on the way. Yes, sir! Victor Wembanyama feeling it. 16 in the opening quarter. Spurs by 15, 24-9. Naz Reid, left wing, around to Mike Conley, shoveled back to McDaniels. McDaniels in the paint, lobs it up over Wembanyama and in this time. Jaden McDaniels had the English on that one, his first points of the game. Champagnie trailing 3, in and out. Gobert with a rebound. Hands it off here to Anthony Edwards. 24-11, Spurs by 13. As we've crossed the halfway point of the first quarter, pocket pass to Gobert, and a reach-in foul is against De'Aaron Fox. That'll be his first, third-team foul, and here come the first wave of subs in for the Spurs, including Dylan Harper, was a late addition to the injury report earlier this afternoon with left knee soreness, but cleared, and he's in, and he's coming off his second-best game of these playoffs, 24 points in 27 minutes on an impressive shooting run. He was 8 of 11 from the field, and on top of that, 7 of 7 at the free throw line. Also in is Keldon Johnson, also in is Luke Cornett. Also in for Minnesota for the first time as well, too, is Terrence Shannon Jr. has the ball in the left corner. Hands to Naz Reid. Reid, left corner 3 over Luke Cornett is good. In the face of Cornett, Naz Reid, who had 15 points but did not hit a 3 in game number 4, knocks down his first of the night, shooting 39% from downtown in these playoffs. 24-14. Cornett holds it up top here, guarded by Reid, handing it off Keldon Johnson. Johnson with Cornett down low will play it out left side. Vassell will give it back to Keldon. Attacking into the body of Reid, floats it up and in. With the right hand, first points for Keldon Johnson. Only 4 points in game 4. Like to see him get going here tonight. 26-14. Anthony Edwards of the logo will hand it off here. McDaniels bouncing off Castle, stripped from behind by Dylan Harper. From defense to offense, Vassell, right corner 3, no good. And the rebound ripped down by McDaniels. A great steal by Harper. Spurs can't cash in. And then Shannon Jr. turned it over, a little out of control, racing up the floor. That's 3 turnovers on Minnesota. Castle, Johnson, left wing 3 on the way. No good as Johnson hits the deck. And the rebound tracked down by Naz Reid after Vassell tipped it up. Reid will bring it back into the front court, hands to Mike Conley. Conley guarded by Cornett. Slips past him, gives him a ball fake, turns around with the right hand, and a little jumper is good. There's points for Mike Conley. He doesn't score very much inside the three-point line anymore these days. That was a nifty move. 26-16, 4:09 to go here in quarter one. Castle guarded all the way out of the midcourt line by McDaniels. Now switched on to Conley. Castle going to work on the smaller Conley. Pulls up at the right elbow. No good. Conley the deep rebound. Hands to Edwards. Edwards has not hit a field goal yet. He's 0 of 2. Edwards picks up the dribble, turnaround, tried to get a jumper off, was knocked away, lost the basketball, last touched out of bounds by Jaden McDaniels. And 4 Minnesota turnovers already here in the first 8 minutes of the game. And Jaden McDaniels will check out of the game as Ayo Dosunmu will check back in. Dylan Harper will bring it up. Harper, the screen from Johnson against Edwards. Harper hands it back to Keldon. Right side, spins on Shannon Jr. Brushing off Shannon Jr. Goes up, scores with the right hand. Count the basket and the foul. And one more of the line coming up for Keldon. First foul on Terrence Shannon Jr. and the 4th team foul against Minnesota. And an and-one opportunity of the line for Keldon Johnson. Johnson 13 of 21 at the line in these playoffs, 61%. Spurs as a team in the postseason, 77%. 5th best percentage amongst the 16 competing teams in the playoffs. Keldon unable to convert. Left the free throw short. 28-16, Spurs by a dozen. 3.5 minutes to go opening quarter. Spurs have led by as many as 15 here in this opening quarter. Edwards up top between his legs. Step back three over Harper is good for Anthony Edwards, who certainly did deliver from downtown the other night. 3 of 5. He's shooting 32% from behind the line. Here goes Castle. Runs into trouble, and he draws a foul on the deck. It's going to be called on Naz Reid. And it'll put the Spurs in the bonus, and Steph Castle will go to the free throw line. First foul on Reid. So the Spurs already racking up free throws here in this first quarter. This will be their 6th and 7th free throws of the game already, as Julian Champagnie getting set to check back in here for Devin Vassell. Steph Castle at the free throw line, where he has been very good in these playoffs. 81%, 45 for 55, improving on his 73% mark from the regular season. First free throw for Steph on the way is up and no good. And the announcer jinx right there to a T. Spurs have left 3 points at the table already at the line, 3 of 6. So Champagnie back into the game for Vassell, did not score. Only took one shot. Devin certainly plays his role very well. Called upon when needed to score, but provides tremendous defense. Steph missed both free throws, which is a rarity in these playoffs. 28-19, Spurs by 9. Minnesota with a rebound, Terrence Shannon Jr. Bounce pass in the left corner. Conley will fire up the three and knocks it down. And that's more what we've seen from Mike Conley in these playoffs, knocking down threes. Hit 2 of them in the first half the other night. And the lead down to 6. And Dylan Harper dribbles it off his foot out of bounds. That's the first turnover on the Spurs. That's going to prompt a timeout. And we'll take one as well. 2:51 to go in this opening quarter. Spurs have led by as many as 15. The lead is 6, 28-22. This is Spurs Radio.
Nothing compares to catching your San Antonio Spurs live. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Spurs and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can experience all the sights, sounds, and styles in person. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you were there live. So put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Spurs.
Con Spectrum TV no me pierdo ni un partido, porque tengo todas mis aplicaciones favoritas juntas. ¡Golazo! Más TV en vivo y todos los canales de deportes. ¡Se va! ¡Se va! ¡Se fue! Todo en un mismo lugar sin pagar extra. ¡Canasta! Un plan, un precio, un lugar y todos tus deportes. Visita spectrum.com/toda tu TV para más información.
In the playoffs, every move matters. That's why the San Antonio Spurs trust UT Health San Antonio, their official sports medicine partner, to keep them in the game. It's the same level of care available to you. From sports injuries to joint replacement, our nationally recognized physicians combine experience with research-driven care to help you get back to what matters most. Get the care trusted by the Spurs. Find a UT Health San Antonio physician at everythingittakes.org.
Have you thought about how your family would be protected if the unexpected happened? Life insurance can help provide financial security for the people who matter most, help cover expenses, protect loved ones, and bring peace of mind. At AHIA, our agents can help you find the life insurance coverage that fits your needs and your budget. Don't wait. Call 210-210-AHIA. That's 210-210-AHIA, or visit AHIAbenefits.com to learn more today.
Minnesota was down 24-9 at the 6:11 mark, and now a 13-4 run over the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds. They've pulled it within 6, 28-22. Our Spurs history tonight presented by Fanatics, and it was 24 years ago, May 12, 2002, that the last Spurs game played ever at the Alamo Dome. Game 4 of the Western Conference semifinals against the Lakers. It was on Mother's Day. Spurs would fall 87-85 as they would fall in the series 3-1 and then would be eliminated 2 nights later in Los Angeles in Game 5, falling 93-87 as the Lakers would win that series 4-1. But yeah, 24 years to the day, the final game played at the Alamo Dome. And of course, later on, in 2002, the Spurs would move into what is now known as the Frost Bank Center with a man who was roaming this booth, the great Bill Schoening. And he would have the call of every game in this building up until this season, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. Quite a run. We come back here from timeout. Spurs on top by 6, 28-22. 2:51 to go here in quarter number 1. Aaron Shannon Jr. will bring it up here. Line up for the Spurs. De'Aaron Fox back in for Steph Castle. Down to the left side, blocked. Shannon Jr. goes up, blocked by Cornette, but a foul. And a foul on Cornette will be his first, and that will send Aaron Shannon Jr. to the free throw line. Pretty impressive start for one Victor Wembanyama. 6 of 8 from the field, 16 first quarter points, and 5 rebounds, 2 threes in 6 minutes. And left with the Spurs on top by 13, 22-9. First free throw for Shannon Jr. is good. Aaron Shannon Jr. is 17 of 19 now in these playoffs, shooting at 89%. His first points of the game. He's been outstanding in the postseason. 11 points, 3 rebounds for the second-year man and the former All-American from Illinois. Second free throw is good as well. Minnesota pulling all the way back from 15 down early to down 4. 28-24, 15-4 run. Dylan Harper the basketball, bounce pass to Fox left side. Handed off to Johnson, returned across to Harper. D. Hart between his legs, back to Johnson. Johnson getting to the left block, spots Cornette underneath, and an offensive foul. And who took it? Terrence Shannon Jr., who now leads the NBA playoffs in charges drawn with 5. That is his 5th charge that he has drawn. In the regular season, Terrence Shannon Jr. took 2 charges all year. He's taken 5, all in this series. Keldon Johnson with his first foul. That's the second turnover against the Spurs. Victor Wembanyama is back into the game. 28-24. Minnesota winning the non-Victor minutes by a hefty margin, +9. Here's Anthony Edwards. Picks up the dribble. Mid-range jumper is good. For Anthony Edwards, so smooth off the dribble. 8 points for him. 28-26 now. 2 minutes to go. Fox gets a window. Kick out Champagnie. Right wing 3. Short. Rebound. Slammed back by Johnson. Follow-up dunk for Keldon. He's got 6 off the bench. One of his best starts in this series and in this playoffs for that matter. Anthony Edwards out top, guarded by Keldon. Here comes the double team. Pass deflected out of bounds by Dylan Harper. Mitch Johnson applauds that. And again, every time Anthony Edwards has the ball out by midcourt, the Spurs are bringing the trap. Edwards will check out of the game. Jaden McDaniels will come back on. Edwards leads with 8 first quarter points in 10 minutes. Conley with it up top. Bounce pass to McDaniels. Bouncing off Wembanyama. Floats it up over Victor. Left it short. Wembanyama with his 6th rebound already. 30-26, 90 seconds remaining. High stepping is Dylan Harper. Cut off by Shannon Jr. Harper, right-hand dribble. Moves it to his left. Back to his right. Spots Wembanyama. Goes up and he's fouled. He was going for the dunk. Jaden McDaniels stops that. Will put Victor at the line. This foul on Jaden McDaniels. That is 6 fouls already on Minnesota here in the ballgame. Victor Wembanyama back to the free throw line for his 4th and 5th free throws of the quarter. He had the 3 free throws on the flagrant penalty 1 that was called on the illegal closeout on Rudy Gobert earlier in the first. First free throw for Victor is up and good. Defensive Player of the Year unanimously. And he's going to have a strong case for when the MVP is announced. Most, as far as the basketball world is concerned, still believe Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will win his 2nd in a row, but I have a feeling it's going to be a lot closer than maybe people give it credit for. Victor makes 2 free throws. He's got 18 points in the first quarter. Naz Reid, left side. Crossing up Johnson. Step back 3. Too strong. Deep rebound, Champagnie. Spurs by 6. Victor Wembanyama is +15. Champagnie back to Victor. Up fake. Gets Shannon off his feet. Hands to Champagnie. Looking back for Vic. Deflected Harper has it. Wembanyama, right elbow extended. Sweeps through. Knocked away. Taken by Dosunmu. Ayo Dosunmu racing up the floor. Gets free. Puts it off the window and around and in for Ayo Dosunmu. He's got his second field goal and 4 points. We get another delay of game here on Ayo Dosunmu. I thought he had gotten an earlier warning, but I guess he didn't. He gets one here. So it is a delay of game warning on Minnesota, and the Spurs will take over. 32-28, 45 seconds remaining in the first. As De'Aaron will walk it up the floor. Spurs can play the 2-for-1 pretty easily here, as Fox goes to work on Conley. Fox picks up the dribble, bounces into Conley, who takes possession on the foul. And he'll send De'Aaron to the free throw line. Conley's first. As Fox is back to the line for the second time. And the opening points in the game. The bucket and the and one has made another field goal here in this first quarter. 5 points for De'Aaron Fox. Fox, who had 24 points. Dylan Harper, 24 points. Stephon Castle, 20 points in the game on Sunday. Fox makes the first free throw. They were the first Spurs guard trio to have 20 or more points each since June 16, 2013, Game 5 of the NBA Finals, when Manu, Danny Green, and Tony all did it. Fourth time the Spurs have done it in their history with a trio of guards. 2006, 2005, the other two times. Fox makes both free throws, lead back to 6. 34-28, 9-second difference, game clock and the shot clock. This is Naz Reid bouncing off Wembanyama, moves up with the left hand and scores. And Naz Reid now with 5 points. The Spurs can open the last shot as the shot clock is off. 34-30. 16 seconds remaining as Fox walks it up the floor, picked up by Dosunmu. Fox, waist-high dribble with the left hand. Game clock down to 9. Fox getting into action. Cut off by Dosunmu. Switched on to Conley. Down to 4. Fox brushing off Conley. Kick out Johnson. Right wing three, no good. And tipped up and no good. And that's how the first quarter comes to an end. The Spurs jumped out big time. They were up 24-9. And Minnesota outscores them 21-10 over the second half of the first quarter. And it's a 4-point game. The Spurs on top 34-30 and 18 first quarter points for Victor Wembanyama. 12 minutes down, 36 to play. Spurs Radio, Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals continues in a moment.
Severe stomach cramps, trouble breathing, back pain? Don't diagnose yourself. For emergency medical care, leave it to the experts at one of our Methodist Healthcare ER locations. When it's an emergency, count on our trusted care teams and convenient locations. Our ERs offer high-quality emergency care 24/7. Choose emergency medical care wisely. Choose Methodist Healthcare. Find a location near you at sahealth.com/ER.
Are you a current or former military service member, first responder, or government employee? The Spurs would like to honor your service by offering you up to 25% off tickets to select playoff home games this postseason. To get your exclusive discount, simply verify your eligibility online with Spurs partner GovX. Registration is fast, easy, and totally free. Visit govx.com, that's govx.com, or go to spurs.com/salute to learn more. Thank you for serving our country and communities. See you at the arena.
Most of the jewelry sold in the U.S. is made in India or China. At America's Diamond, we design and create our jewelry right here in San Antonio, and the difference in quality is amazing. Most jewelers stock a couple of diamonds over 1 carat and a handful of diamond engagement rings. At America's Diamond, we stock more than 800 diamonds over 1 carat and 3,000 diamond engagement ring styles. Quality for quality, we guarantee that the everyday America's Diamond price is lower than any jewelry store's very best sale price, or we'll refund the difference plus 25%. America's Diamond is locally owned, and all 45 of us live here in San Antonio with our families. The America's Diamond Circle of Support charitable program has raised more than $1 million for San Antonio's schools, churches, and charities. America's Diamond is the official jeweler of the University of Texas at San Antonio Athletics, the San Antonio Spurs, and Mission Baseball. See our television program tonight and every night on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. Call 561-1000.
To the second quarter we go with the Spurs on top, 34-30. We take a look at the first quarter stats presented by Bet365. Spurs shoot 57%, 12 of 21 in that first quarter, 3 of 9 from downtown, 7 of 11 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. They did turn the ball over 3 times, had 3 steals. No blocks on the Ledger block meter. 18 first quarter points for Victor Wembanyama. It's the second most in Spurs playoff history in the play-by-play era, trailing only the 19 that Tony Parker had in the first quarter on April 20th, 2009 against the Dallas Mavericks. De'Aaron Fox had 7. Keldon Johnson had 6 points off the bench. For Minnesota, they shoot 57% in that first quarter. 3 of 7 from downtown. 9 rebounds, 6 assists for them as well. Hit fouls 7 times. 1 steal, no blocks. Turned the ball over 4 times, but the Spurs only able to cash in for 2 points off those 4 turnovers, while Minnesota turned 3 Spurs turnovers into 6 points. 8 first quarter points in 10 minutes for Anthony Edwards. And so we begin the second quarter. Minnesota basketball. Ayo Dosunmu, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, Julius Randle, Terrence Shannon Jr. on the floor for Minnesota. Carter Bryant into the game, first time for San Antonio, along with De'Aaron Fox, Devin Vassell, Steph Castle, and Victor Wembanyama. Randle, right elbow jumper is off the rim. And Carter Bryant grabs the rebound, will take it the other way. Bryant averaging 3 points and a rebound in these playoffs. He turns it over to Dosunmu. Bounce pass to McDaniels. Spots Reid. Left corner 3 is up and no good. Rebound is knocked out of bounds by Randle and it'll belong to the Spurs. Naz Reid got an open look. Wembanyama was 6 of 8 from the floor for 18 points in the first quarter. The rest of the Spurs were 6 of 13 for 16 points in that first quarter. Fox up top, screen Wembanyama. Victor rolling with a catch, left elbow. Spotting Castle, back out to Vassell. Had it stripped from behind, out of bounds. Last touched by Minnesota. And the Spurs will keep possession. Will take it underneath. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Castle calling out the play, pointing to his left wrist. And try to roll Victor here to the bucket on these plays. They lob it up to him. He gets the catch down. Kicks it back out to Carter Bryant. Left wing 3 is up, is good. Carter shot that with confidence. And Carter Bryant, in low volume, shooting above 40% in these playoffs from downtown. That's his 7th made 3. Spurs by 7. Ayo Dosunmu circles back out, hands it off to Reid. Swing it around to Julius Randle. Randle kicks it back out to Reid up top. Reid guarded by Vassell. Shot clock at 5. Reid pushed out beyond the perimeter here to the right corner. Shannon Jr.'s got to fire the 3 and he airballs it. Wembanyama brings it down. Here come the Spurs. Fox, left corner. He'll put up the 3. Yes, sir. De'Aaron Fox rains his first 3 of the night. He's the second Spur in double figs with 10. And that's the Spurs lead, 40-30. Randle trying to counter. Right corner 3. That's no good. Rebound ripped down by Fox. Here come the Spurs. Fox to Castle. Castle into the body of Shannon. That time it's an offensive foul and a bucket for Steph Castle in the gather, says Carl Lane. So give Steph the bucket and 1. And the Spurs, just like that, on an 8-0 run to start things here in the second quarter, lead it by 12. So Steph will go to the line the second time. Missed his first 2 free throws, and that was a great job by Castle to keep his composure and bank it off the glass and in with a foul on Shannon Jr. trying to sneak in and draw another charge. Castle makes the free throw. And he's got 3. Shannon Jr. picking up his second personal. Randle gets bumped by Steph all the way out at the midcourt stripe. That's not a great foul from Steph. His second. First Spur to have multiple fouls in the game. 9-0 run for the Spurs to start the second quarter. They lead at 43-30. 10:09 to go until halftime with Anthony Edwards on the bench. The Spurs winning those non-Edwards minutes, if you like. Left side, here's Naz Reid. Reid backing it in, spins on Wembanyama, goes up. Victor got a piece of that. As it came off the backboard, Victor will take it. Here comes Fox ahead, and he left it behind him, but he recovers. Pocket pass, Wembanyama threw it away. Tried to get fancy and go behind the back to Castle, and Vic ends up turning it over for the first time. 5th turnover against the Spurs. Wembanyama with his 20th turnover these playoffs. McDaniels, left wing 3 is good. Jaden McDaniels hiding behind the screen. He's got his first 3 and 5 points. 43-33. Castle with the ball up top. Wemby rolling. Castle throwing it up. Victor puts it up. No, but he's fouled. That should be McDaniels. That'll be his second. Second team foul against Minnesota. Once again, Victor not in the act of shooting. And the Spurs will take it out of the side. Fox is out. Harper is back into the game. Fox leaves 10 points, 3 of 4 from the field. Inbound to Castle. Castle guarded by DeSumo. Shot clock at 14. Castle, left-hand dribble, waist high, screen from Wembanyama. Victor rolling. Castle gets it to him. Victor, kick out, right corner. Harper, 3 on the way. No good. Rebound taken by Reed. Good look for Dylan Harper. Here comes Julius Randle, right side. Extra pass, McDaniels trying to get Victor on skates. Step back, right wing, threes in and out for Jaden McDaniels. And a rebound to Castle. Minnesota 4 of 12 from downtown in the game. Spurs are 5 of 12. Castle crossing up McDaniels. Castle going to work in the paint. Castle keeps his dribble alive, puts it up and in. Oh, that was pretty for Steph, and a timeout for Chris Finch in Minnesota. Great balance for Steph Castle. 45-33, 5 points for him. 9:02 to go until halftime. We take him to the SWBC timeout. Spurs by 12. Spurs Radio. Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals continues in a moment.
Don Toliver presents Octane Tour. Live in San Antonio. Performing at Frost Bank Center June 14th. With special guests Saw Baby, Sofago, and Chase B. Get tickets now at LiveNation.com. Don Toliver. The brand new album Octane is available everywhere now. For more, visit DonToliver.com.
At Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel, Texas's premier entertainment destination, we love winners. With millions of dollars in jackpots paid, vehicles, cash, and gift giveaways monthly, the excitement never ends. Visit Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel in Eagle Pass, Texas, and find current promotions at LuckyEagleTexas.com or on social at Lucky Eagle Texas.
Get used to hearing this, because with the new Spurs Frost debit card, you're the MVP. Get in on the action with ticket discounts and Frost Club access at home games. Enjoy discounts on Spurs merchandise and the chance to win one-of-a-kind prizes and experiences. Live the full Superfan experience with your new Spurs Frost debit card and Frost checking account. Visit your nearest Frost location or frostbank.com/SpursCard to learn more.
It's playoffs time, San Antonio, when every moment matters and there's no room for hesitation.
And when it's time to make your next move, Hill Country Honda is ready to deliver.
Shop online or on the showroom floor and find the perfect new Honda built for performance, reliability, and value.
You'll also find a deep lineup of certified Hondas and quality used vehicles.
Plus, Hill Country Honda pays top dollar for every trade.
Too much to offer, not enough time. Don't wait for the buzzer.
Visit HillCountryHonda.com and get more on 1604 at Hill Country Honda.
It's an 11-3 spark to the beginning of the second quarter for the Spurs, who lead at 45-33. 9:02 to go until halftime. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification. This is Spurs Radio.
News Radio 1200 WOAI, San Antonio's breaking news, traffic, and weather.
Let's check in with Carl Schoening.
Dan, with only 12 minutes of action, Victor Wembanyama has 18 points, and he's done it on 4 or 5 shooting from the field, knocking down 2 of his 3-point field goal attempts, and 6 of 8 overall from the field, doing it inside and out. And with 9:02 remaining in the second quarter, I'd like to say a friendly reminder that Michael Jordan holds the single-game scoring record in the playoffs with 63 points and a loss to those great 1986 Boston Celtics.
Yeah, and that's basketball history, and certainly some phenomenal postseason performances from the great Michael Jordan. Well, since 1984, the Spurs in a best-of-7 series when tied 2-2. They're 11-8 overall, and they're 9-4 when Game 5 is at home. And 8 of their 9 series wins when Game 5 is at home. They've gone on to win the series in 6 games. The only time when the Spurs have won Game 5 at home that they did not win in Game 6 was in 2014. They lost to Dallas in the first round, had to come back and win Game 7, which was an absolute blowout here at home. And we mentioned before, they've never lost a 2-2 series in this current 2-2-1-1-1 format when winning Game 5 at home, 9-0. Rudy Gobert back into the game with Luke Cornett as Chris Finch has been playing Gobert against Cornett's minutes more here. Here's the entry pass intended for Gobert. Off his fingertips and taken away. Vassell rising into a right wing three, and that's too strong. And the rebound taken by Julius Randle. Carter Bryant joining Vassell, Cornett, Dylan Harper, and Steph Castle on the floor. Randle inside up with the left hand around for two. 4 points for Julius Randle, who is 2 of 5 from the field in this game. 45-35. And again, Victor Wembanyama plus 21, but Minnesota right now plus 11 in the non-Victor minutes. Keep an eye on that. Here goes Devin Vassell. Right elbow jumper over Gobert is off the mark. Rebound taken down by Randle. Devin 0 of 3. Left side, Shannon Jr. a burst. Scoops it up right hand. Too strong, out of control. Rebound tipped out to McDaniels. Straightaway threes off the mark. And the rebound taken by Vassell. Minnesota 4 of 13 from outside. Castle gets past Shannon Jr., but they're going to call an off-arm offensive foul on Steph Castle. His second offensive foul, his third foul of the game. That's 6 turnovers on the Spurs. As see what Mitch Johnson does with these 3 fouls for Steph here. Going to keep him in the game. And he is not. Keldon Johnson will come back in for Steph, who probably will remain on the bench for the remainder of the half with those 3 fouls. 45-35, 7:45 to go until halftime. Shannon Jr. He's drawn at plenty of offensive fouls here in this series. Anthony Edwards back into the game. Edwards against Carter Bryant. Getting a step, pulls up, right elbow is no good. Rebound taken down on the weak side by Vassell. The outlet of the left wing for D. Harper, right side back to Devin. Extra pass into the corner, Johnson. Keldon going to work. Bouncing off the body of Randle. Goes up with the left hand, it's in and out. Rudy Gobert rips down the rebound, that's his third. But Julius Randle walks it up the floor. Randle attacking, brushing off Harper, puts it up, no good. Harper with a rebound. Dylan Harper in transition. Harper, kick out, Vassell. Right corner 3 on the way. That's off the front of the iron, tipped up and in by Johnson. Keldon has been doing yeoman's work tonight inside. He's got 8, couple of putbacks, and he's 4 of 7 from the field. Spurs by a dozen. First point since Victor Wembanyama went to the bench. Shannon Jr. bouncing off of Harper. Drops it underneath Gobert. Had it knocked out of his hands, out of bounds, but it was he who last touched it. And it's a turnover on Minnesota. The ball back to the Spurs. 6 turnovers on Minnesota. Chris Finch wanted to challenge that, but he was too late. Spurs had already inbounded. Dylan Harper left side with Cornett rolling. Harper attacking left hand off the glass. 2 more. First points for Dylan Harper, coming off the 24 he had on Sunday. All of a sudden, back to a 14-point game. 49-35. Jaden McDaniels out of the left elbow, gets Devin Vassell up, leans into him and draws the foul. That'll be Devin's second. It'll send McDaniels to the free throw line. So Jaden McDaniels, who has been excellent at the free throw line in this series, 83% overall in the playoffs, 25 of 30 will go to the line. You figure if Minnesota is going to have a chance tonight and in the remainder of this series, they're going to need secondary scoring beyond Anthony Edwards as McDaniels makes the first free throw. And he's one of those guys. You figure him and Julius Randle are really going to have to carry their load, especially when Edwards is out. As Rudy Gobert is going to come out. And Ayo Dosunmu's back into the game for Terrence Shannon Jr. Mike Conley's back into the game as well for Minnesota. And Luke Cornett is going to check out, and Carter Bryant going to come back in here. Actually, De'Aaron Fox is going to come back in for Luke. So the Spurs are going to play small, go with Carter Bryant. That small ball center role here. Rudy Gobert now on the bench. Harper to Vassell. Right wing 3 is up, is good for Devin Vassell. Finally makes the shot after he missed his first 4. And the Spurs have matched their largest lead of 15, 52-37 after McDaniels made a pair. Anthony Edwards of the basketball, guarded by Carter Bryant. Here comes the double. Out of his hands to McDaniels. Right elbow, backing it in. Pocket pass to Sumu, lays it up for 2 with the right hand. Good cut by Ayo Dosunmu. He's got 6. 52-39. 13-point game as we've passed the halfway point of the second quarter. Fox to Harper right side. Harper between his legs. Harper around his back. Harper rushing off Dosunmu, but Dosunmu blocks him on the shot. And Dosunmu gets the rebound. Takes it ahead. Left wing Conley walks into a 3. In and out. Randall going for the offensive rebound, but taken instead by Harper. Dylan Harper will play it across to the left wing for De'Aaron Fox. Fox up top going to work on Randall. Fox leans off of Randall. Scoops it up left hand around the rim. No good. Rebound taken down by Dosunmu. Ayo Dosunmu quickly up the floor, brushing off Harper, goes into Harper and is fouled. And on the way up, Ayo Dosunmu will get to the free throw line. And a first foul on Dylan Harper and the third team foul on the Spurs. And so Ayo Dosunmu, who is the third best free throw shooter percentage-wise in these playoffs. He is 22 of 23, shooting 95%. He hit 4 clutch ones down the stretch in game number 4. First free throw for Dosunmu is good. Got the friendly roll. 7 points for him. Victor Wembanyama's back in. Harrison Barnes checking back in. Mitch Johnson's going to call timeout in between the free throws. We'll take one with the coach. 5:06 to go here until halftime. Spurs have led it by as many as 15. Their lead is 12, 52-40. Spurs Radio, Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals continues in a moment.
Spectrum TV makes sports easy, so I never miss. Never miss a homer. Never miss a home field hat trick. Never miss a goal line stand inches from the end zone. Never miss an end-to-end, tic-tac-toe, top-shelf snipe. Never miss a downtown buzzer beater for the championship win. Get your favorite streaming apps included at no extra cost with Live TV. It's one plan, one price, one place for all your sports. For details, visit SpectrumTV.com.
At SWBC, we believe financial success hinges on teamwork. We've built a legacy on it, partnering with businesses across Texas to help Texans achieve their financial goals. With a comprehensive suite of personal and commercial services, we're here to support whatever journey you're on. From expert property tax services and HR solutions to protecting your future with insurance, investment strategies, and succession planning, we've got you covered. Because great things happen when we move forward together. SWBC, a proud sponsor of the San Antonio Spurs.
Looking for an opportunity to grow in the insurance industry? AHIA is recruiting motivated health insurance agents who want to build a successful career helping families find the coverage they need. Whether you're already licensed or looking to get started, our team provides the support, training, and tools to help you succeed.
Interested in joining their team or learning more about your coverage options? Call 210-210-AHIA. That's 210-210-AHIA or visit ahiabenefits.com today.
¿Fuertes dolores de estómago? ¿Dificultad para respirar? ¿Dolor de espalda? No se autodiagnostique. En caso de emergencia, confíe en los expertos de Methodist Healthcare. En caso de emergencia, cuente con nuestros equipos de atención y nuestras cómodas ubicaciones. Nuestros servicios de urgencia están abiertos las 24 horas del día, los 7 días de la semana, y ofrecen una atención de alta calidad. Elija sabiamente. Elija Methodist Healthcare. Encuentre la sala de emergencias más cercana en sahealth.com/ER.
Playoffs are here. The official gear is on sale now. You can get game ready with exclusive Spurs playoff merch. Available at both fan shop locations here at the Frost Bank Center, out at the Rocket La Cantera, also at the playoff pop-up downtown on Commerce Street, and online. Go to spurs.com/playoffs for locations and the collection. Go Spurs, go. Spurs in the second quarter outscoring Minnesota 18-10. Spurs are shooting 7 of 14 from the field here in the second. Minnesota 3 of 14. For the game, Spurs are shooting 54% from the field, 40% from behind the line, 6 of 15. For Minnesota, 42% from the field, 28% from behind the line, 4 of 14. Stats presented by Bet365. Victor Wembanyama, 18 first quarter points, second most in the play-by-play era in the first quarter for any Spur in playoff history, trailing the 19 from Tony Parker back in the first round in 2009 against the Dallas Mavericks. Spurs bench in the second quarter has outscored Minnesota 7-0, and for the game, the bench scoring 13-12 in favor of the Spurs. Spurs, they're plus 12 points in the paint, 26-14. They're a +4 in second chance points, 6-2. Only allowed 2 offensive rebounds to Minnesota. And 6 turnovers apiece. Minnesota is a +5 in the points off of turnovers, 9-4. One more free throw for Ayo Dosunmu, who's got 7 in the game. Dosunmu, who had a career-high 43, as he misses only his second free throw of the playoffs. That's spun out on him. I was saying, had a career-high 43 in that Game 4 win against Denver, when both Dante DiVincenzo and Anthony Edwards left with injury. Harrison Barnes in the game for the first time. Spots Devin Vassell. What a pass. And Vassell inside. Lays it up and in. His second field goal. He's got 5, and that's our first Methodist Healthcare assist. For HB, who gets his first dime of the night since coming on. 54-40 Spurs by 14. Dosunmu out top, guarded here by Fox. Into the hands of Edwards. He's guarded by Devin Vassell. Edwards between his legs. Shot clock at 2. Bounce pass to Dosunmu. He's got to put it up. Just gets it off in time. I don't think he did. No, he didn't. He didn't go in, but it wouldn't have mattered. It was a shot clock violation on Dosunmu. And the 7th turnover here in the half on Minnesota. So the Spurs with the basketball. And again, Victor Wembanyama's presence has just been large. He's a +23 when he's been on the floor. Fox with Victor rolling. Fox gets to the right elbow. Pull-up jumper with Victor providing the screen, and he knocks it down. De'Aaron's got a dozen. Second leading scorer for the Spurs. 56-40 in the largest lead of the night for the Spurs of 16 as Naz Reid has it knocked out of bounds. 4:02 to go until halftime. And the Spurs very comfortable here right now in the first half inside the Frost Bank Center. Playing within themselves, playing their game. They've gotten some timely three-point shooting as well, too, shooting at 40%. Not overdoing it on the perimeter shots. As Julian Champagny is back into the game for Devin Vassell. Randall will give it to Edwards. Edwards backing it in on Fox. Backing it in. Here comes the double. Spots with Naz Reid in the left corner. Reid bouncing off Johnson. Takes it up, floats it up. Victor got a piece of that. That'd be his second block. Also pulls down the rebound, giving him a first half double-double. 18 points, 10 boards. And then Keldon Johnson's call for a push-off with a basketball on Mike Conley and an offensive foul. Second foul on Johnson. 7 turnovers on the Spurs. Might have been a little bit of an exaggeration from Conley. Dosunmu walks into a left wing 3. That's no good. Rebound ripped down by Wembanyama's 11th board. They didn't give him his second block. See if they add that later on. Here's Fox looking for Victor. Instead to Champagny, right wing. Shot clock at 13. Back to De'Aaron. De'Aaron attacks the paint. Lobs it up. Victor throws it down. There you go. Another Methodist Healthcare assist. De'Aaron Fox's third dime and Victor's first points of the second quarter. He's got a 20-point, 10-rebound half. 58-40, Spurs by 18. Dosunmu back into the paint and throws it down. Got a step with a late closeout from Wembanyama. And Ayo Dosunmu with 9. 58-42. 20 points, 11 rebounds, 1 block for Victor Wembanyama. Fox, well, he got knocked up in the neck area from Dosunmu. No whistle. Shot clock down to 10. And now a foul called on Dosunmu. First foul on Ayo Dosunmu. Third team foul on the Timberwolves. As Dylan Harper going to come back into the game. Replace Keldon Johnson. Again, Steph Castle picking up 3 fouls with about 8 minutes to go in the half. Has not returned with those 3. Spurs lead it by 16, 58-42. Inbounded to Barnes. Barnes guarded out top by Naz Reid. Spots Wembanyama cutting. Wembanyama, fall-away jumper around and out. Randall providing the defense. And Dosunmu saves it before it goes out of bounds. Ahead to Conley. Conley is it off to Randall. Randall, the smaller Harper guarding him. Randall backing it in. Now we'll step back out. Randall puts it up. And a late whistle and foul called on Dylan Harper. That probably went about 2 seconds late. The shot had already hit the opposite side of the backboard. Second foul on Dylan Harper, 4th team foul against the Spurs. It was almost as if they saw the outcome of where that shot ended up and then blew the whistle. As Julius Randle will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Randle 75% in these playoffs. First free throw is good. Jaden McDaniels getting set to check back in. Randall's got 5 in the first half. Conley will come out. Spurs have put 58 on Minnesota's defense here already in the first half. Averaging 113 points of the Spurs in these playoffs. Third highest among playoff teams. Playoff rating of 114.8 is third. The defensive rating of 102.9 is number 1. Randall makes 2 free throws, and we get another delay of game warning on Minnesota. That's going to be a technical. I already thought they had the technical last time, and now they will call the second delay of game against Minnesota for knocking the ball out of bounds. And Victor Wembanyama will walk the length of the floor to shoot the technical free throw. Victor is 7 of 10 from the field in the first half, 4 of 5 of the line, 20 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. And serenaded by the chance of MVP led by the Jackals. Wembanyama sinks the free throw. Spurs again by 15, 59-44, 2:24 to go until halftime. Harper inbound to Aaron Fox. Fox, Harper, Barnes, Wembanyama, Champagnie, the 5 on the floor for San Antonio. Fox between his legs, gives to Barnes, right elbow extended. Barnes trying to sweep through, looking for Victor. Instead to Champagnie. Lobs it up top. Victor the catch. Here comes the double. Now they shade off for Randall. Fall-away jumper, no. Rebound, Harper. Reverse layup, no. Barnes the offensive rebound. Kick out Wembanyama. Sidesteps Reed. Left wing 3. Short. Rebound to Sumu. He's off to the races. Bounce pass ahead to Reed. Right wing 3 is up. Is good. Transition points for Minnesota in the fast break. They got 8 fast break points. And Sumu's got 8, and it's a 12-point game again, 59-47. Wembanyama once again up top, bouncing off of Randall. Bounce pass out to Fox, right wing. Fox slips past Randall between his legs, lobs it up top on the switch. Wembanyama, foul by McDaniels as he goes down. Jaden McDaniels, he just picked up his 4th foul. No, it's his 3rd. 4th team foul against Minnesota. Jaden McDaniels picking up his 3rd. Evan DeSalle coming back into the game. Barnes will check out. Rudy Gobert going to come back in here for Minnesota. And Gobert will take out McDaniels, who's got to leave with the 3 fouls. He wasn't so sure he was coming out of the game. Dylan Harper will inbound in front of the Minnesota bench. Inbounding to Fox. Shot clock at 10. De'Aaron waiting for the screen from Wembanyama. Gets it. Victor rolling. Fox looking for Victor. Back out top. Pick and pop 3. Short. Victor's been short on his last 2. Rebound taken by DeSumo. 1:15 to go. DeSumo down underneath the bucket. Weaves his way out to the left elbow. Hands to Randall. Nearly walked into a 3. Was cut off by Champagnie. Now gets loose. Randall sidesteps. Hands to Gobert. Puts it up. He's blocked to the rim. Wembanyama blocking that Gobert shot. Here come the Spurs. Left wing, this is Fox. Fox, step back 3 over Edwards. No good. Spurs are 6 of 18, and they've missed their last 4 from outside. Randall, out top here. Spotting Edwards. Baseline jumper, offensive foul. Julius Randall. No, they call Rudy Gobert away from the play, brushing off his man on the screen. Second foul on Gobert. Turnover will give the ball back to the Spurs. Again, lead it by 12. Final minute of the opening half, 59-47. Spurs have led basically the entire half. One lead for Minnesota was 5-3. Here's Fox back out top. Vassell straight away 3. That is around and no good. Rebound tipped up. Harper's got it. Another offensive board for the Spurs, who've been great on the offensive glass here in this first half. Fox trying to cross up to Sumu. Slips past him. Fox Euro steps, lays it up and around. No good. Couldn't finish at the rim. Minnesota can hold for the last shot. Shot clock is off. Down to 10 seconds. Anthony Edwards. No double here. Fox will take him straight up. Down to 6. Down to 5. Edwards looking. Down to 4. Down to 3. Edwards spotting Randall. Fadeaway free throw line jumpers in and out. That's how the first half comes to an end. A 21-point, 11 rebound, double-double in the first half for Victor Wembanyama with 2 assists and 2 steals. A dozen for De'Aaron Fox. All 8 Timberwolves who played scored, but none of them in double figures. Anthony Edwards had 8 in the first quarter, did not score in the second. At the half, the Spurs lead it by 12, 59-47. Coming up at the half, Carl Schoning's got your halftime report. Take a look at the first half stats, highlights, and analysis. Take a look at that playoff bracket. 2 teams already through to the conference finals, awaiting an opponent. One of them will come out of this series. Well, already a game 6 on tap on Friday night. Much more from Carl. That's all coming up at the half as we continue. 24 minutes down, 24 to play. This is Spurs Radio.
Cheering the Spurs, you're listening to San Antonio Spurs basketball.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Are you a current or former military service member, first responder, or government employee? The Spurs would like to honor your service by offering you up to 25% off tickets to select playoff home games this postseason. To get your exclusive discount, simply verify your eligibility online with Spurs partner GovX. Registration is fast, easy, and totally free. Visit govx.com, that's govx.com, or go to spurs.com/salute to learn more. Thank you for serving our country and communities. See you at the arena.
Get used to hearing this, because with the new Spurs Frost debit card, you're the MVP. Get in on the action with ticket discounts and Frost Club access at home games. Enjoy discounts on Spurs merchandise and the chance to win one-of-a-kind prizes and experiences. Live the full Superfan experience with your new Spurs Frost debit card and Frost checking account. Visit your nearest Frost location or frostbank.com/Spurs card to learn more.
Victor, the lane clears, look out! Victor Wembanyama, windmill right-hand jam, and that's 9 already in the first quarter for Big Vic.
Victor Wembanyama with an electric 2 points to give him 9 in that first quarter, where he would end up with 18 points and at the half has 21 points to lead the Spurs to a 59-47 advantage over the Minnesota Timberwolves at the half of Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals. From the Spurs Net Center, I'm Carl Schoening. Happy you guys stuck with us for the halftime report. We start off with individual numbers, and why not start off with the game's leading scorer, Victor Wembanyama. Wemby in 16 minutes has 21 points on 7 of 13 shooting from the field. He's knocked down 2 of his 5 three-pointers, made 5 of his 6 free throws, grabbed 11 rebounds, dished out 2 assists, and blocked 2 shots. Once again, Wemby leading all scorers with 21 points. Joining him in double figures, De'Aaron Fox, who is questionable heading into this game, is available and dropped 12 points in 18 minutes in his first half action for the Spurs. 4 of 8 shooting from the field, 1 of 2 from behind the three-point line, and making all 3 of his free throws was De'Aaron Fox. He also dished out 3 assists and grabbed a rebound. Swipa out there with 12 points in 18 minutes. That'll do it for double-figure scores for the Spurs. Rounding out the starting lineup scoring, Devin Vassell had 5 points on 2 of 7 shooting from the field, knocking down a three-pointer. Steph Castle also with 5 points on 2 of 3 shooting from the field. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block as well for Steph Castle. And rounding out the starting lineup scoring, Julian Champagnie knocked down a three-pointer in his 13 minutes of action. Off the bench for the Spurs, Keldon Johnson with a big 8 points in 11 minutes on 4 of 7 shooting from the field. 2 rebounds and a steal for Keldon Johnson. Both of those rebounds were of the offensive variety. One was a nice tap in, and another one was a follow slam for Keldon Johnson's 8 points. 3 points for Carter Bryant as he knocked down a 3 in his 7 minutes of action, and 2 points for Dylan Harper, who also grabbed 5 rebounds, had an assist and a steal to go along with his 2 offensive rebounds to help give the Spurs second chance opportunities in his 13 minutes of action. Totals up to 59 points for the Spurs. As a team, the Spurs shoot 22 of 46 from the field for 48% shooting. They knock down 6 of their 19 three-pointer attempts as they shoot 32% from distance. And from the free throw line, the Spurs got to the charity stripe 13 times, only converted on 9 for 69% shooting for the Spurs. On the other side, for the Minnesota Timberwolves, they have no players in double figures. Their leading scorer is Ayo Dosunmu, who has 9 points in 17 minutes on 4 of 6 shooting from the field in his game here in the starting lineup, along with Anthony Edwards, who has 8 points in 20 minutes on 2 of 5 shooting from the field. Spurs doing a good job getting the ball out of Ant-Man's hands as they have a double ready to go almost at any point where he has the ball out front. Off the bench, Naz Reid with 8 points to contribute to the 47 points the Timberwolves had in the first half. As a team, Minnesota shoots 16 of 39 from the field, 5 of 16 from behind the three-point line, that's 31%, and they knocked down 10 of their 11 free throws for 91% shooting from the charity stripe. The only player to miss a free throw was Ayo Dosunmu as he goes 1 of 2. Checking out some other team numbers between the Spurs and the Timberwolves. San Antonio jumped out to a 4-point lead at the end of the first quarter, 34-30, and then they won the second quarter 25-17 to give them this current 12-point advantage at the half. Spurs winning the battle in the paint. 30 paint points for the Spurs to Minnesota's 16, so almost doubling up the points in the paint are the Spurs. Second chance opportunities also belong to the Spurs as they scored 6 second chance points to Minnesota's 2, and I think that's even more important that the Spurs limit the Timberwolves to only 2 second chance points, because that was definitely the story in Minnesota. Second chance scoring really helped Minnesota stay in it in game 3 and help them win it in game 4. Points in transition, the Spurs have a 1-point edge, 9 fast break points for San Antonio to 8 for Minnesota. Largest lead for Minnesota was 2 when it was 5-3 in the early goings of the ball game. The Spurs' largest lead was 18. That came in that first quarter. In terms of turnovers, both teams coughing it up a little bit there in the first half. 7 Spurs turnovers have become 9 points for Minnesota, and 6 turnovers for the Timberwolves have become 6 points for the Spurs. Bench scoring, the edge goes to Minnesota, just barely. 15 points off of the bench for the Timberwolves. The Spurs have 13 points totaled up from their reserve players. There have been 2 lead changes and 2 ties. Once again, the score at the half at the Frost Bank Center in Game 5, a pivotal one with the series tied at 2 games apiece. The Spurs lead the Minnesota Timberwolves 59-47. When we come back, we'll look at the NBA playoff bracket as 2 teams have already punched their tickets to the conference finals. Spurs Radio continues in a moment.
At Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel, Texas's premier entertainment destination, we love winners. With millions of dollars in jackpots paid, vehicles, cash, and gift giveaways monthly, the excitement never ends. Visit Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel in Eagle Pass, Texas, and find current promotions at LuckyEagleTexas.com or on social at Lucky Eagle Texas.
At SWBC, we believe financial success hinges on teamwork. We've built a legacy on it, partnering with businesses across Texas to help Texans achieve their financial goals. With a comprehensive suite of personal and commercial services, we're here to support whatever journey you're on. From expert property tax services and HR solutions to protecting your future with insurance, investment strategies, and succession planning, we've got you covered. Because great things happen when we move forward together. SWBC, a proud sponsor of the San Antonio Spurs.
Dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but catching them from the hardwood is a whole different experience. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the San Antonio Spurs and the NBA. From seeing your favorite Spurs stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood, nothing compares to catching the game in person. Even if you're headed to the arena last minute, you can still score tickets at Ticketmaster. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Spurs. See you courtside, San Antonio.
Have you thought about how your family would be protected if the unexpected happened? Life insurance can help provide financial security for the people who matter most, help cover expenses, protect loved ones, and bring peace of mind. At AHIA, our agents can help you find the life insurance coverage that fits your needs and your budget. Don't wait. Call 210-210-AHIA. That's 210-210-AHIA, or visit ahiabenefits.com to learn more today.
Severe stomach cramps? Trouble breathing? Back pain? Don't diagnose yourself. For emergency medical care, leave it to the experts at one of our Methodist Healthcare ER locations. When it's an emergency, count on our trusted care teams and convenient locations. Our ERs offer high-quality emergency care 24/7. Choose emergency medical care wisely. Choose Methodist Healthcare. Find a location near you at sahealth.com/ER.
It's playoffs time, San Antonio, when every moment matters and there's no room for hesitation.
And when it's time to make your next move, Hill Country Honda is ready to deliver.
Shop online or on the showroom floor and find the perfect new Honda built for performance, reliability, and value.
You'll also find a deep lineup of certified Hondas and quality used vehicles.
Plus, Hill Country Honda pays top dollar for every trade.
Too much to offer, not enough time. Don't wait for the buzzer.
Visit HillCountryHonda.com and get more on 1604 at Hill Country Honda.
Fox, left corner. He'll put up the three. Yes, sir. De'Aaron Fox rains his first three of the night. He's the second Spur in double figs with 10.
De'Aaron Fox would finish that first half with 12 points in 18 minutes of action to help the Spurs to a 59-47 lead at the half in Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals over the Minnesota Timberwolves. From the Spurs Net Center, I'm Carl Schoening, keeping an eye on all the action happening in the NBA playoffs. There are no other NBA playoff games tonight, and that's because the series that coincided with the Spurs on the nights that they played the Timberwolves was the New York Knicks and Philadelphia 76ers. The Knicks would sweep the Philadelphia 76ers when the Spurs played their Game 4 on Sunday that coincided with them. So the Knicks punched their ticket to the Eastern Conference Finals. They will play the winner of the currently tied at 2 games apiece series between the Pistons and the Cavaliers. Game 5 in Detroit tomorrow night as the Pistons host the Cavaliers for their pivotal Game 5. On the other side of the Western Conference bracket, the Oklahoma City Thunder completed the sweep of the Los Angeles Lakers last night, 4-0. The Thunder advanced to the Western Conference Finals and will have at least 6 days off until this series wraps up between the Timberwolves and the Spurs. Once again, the Spurs lead Minnesota 59-47 at the half. When we come back, Dan Weiss will rejoin us and have your call to second half action here from the Frost Bank Center. Game 5 resumes when we come back. This is Spurs Radio.
Con Spectrum TV no me pierdo ni un partido, porque tengo todas mis aplicaciones favoritas juntas. ¡Golazo! Más TV en vivo y todos los canales de deportes. ¡Se va! ¡Se va! ¡Se fue! Todo en un mismo lugar sin pagar extra. ¡Canasta! Un plan, un precio, un lugar y todos tus deportes. Visita spectrum.com/toda tu TV para más información.
Most of the jewelry sold in the U.S. is made in India or China. At America's Diamond, we design and create our jewelry right here in San Antonio, and the difference in quality is amazing. Most jewelers stock a couple of diamonds over 1 carat and a handful of diamond engagement rings. At America's Diamond, we stock more than 800 diamonds over 1 carat and 3,000 diamond engagement ring styles. Quality for quality, we guarantee that the everyday America's Diamond price is lower than any jewelry store's very best sale price, or we'll refund the difference plus 25%. America's Diamond is locally owned, and all 45 of us live here in San Antonio with our families. The America's Diamond Circle of Support charitable program has raised more than $1 million for San Antonio's schools, churches, and charities. America's Diamond is the official jeweler of the University of Texas at San Antonio Athletics, the San Antonio Spurs, and Mission Baseball. See our television program tonight and every night on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. Call 561-1000.
Celebrate with full arena t-shirt giveaway on Spurs Fan Appreciation Night presented by Legend. Sunday, April 12th at 7:30 p.m. versus the Nuggets. Come early for the pregame party at 5:30 p.m. Then catch the incredible matchup and bring home a W with a full arena t-shirt giveaway. Score your tickets now at spurs.com/promotions. Season presented by H-E-B.
Cheering the Spurs, you're listening to San Antonio Spurs basketball.
Halftime coming to a close in San Antonio. The lights are out and the fans are getting hype as the Spurs lead the Minnesota Timberwolves 59-47. From the Spurs Net Center, I'm Carl Schoening. We're now rejoined by Dan Weiss. And Dan, I thought 18 points in the first quarter might mean that Wemby could take a swing at the 63-point record of Michael Jordan. 21 points will have to do as the Spurs lead by 12.
Yeah, he's got the first 2010 first half since Anthony Davis in 2023, and the fourth in Spurs history. Wolves, they won the non-victor minutes +9, but all that came in the first quarter. The Spurs played the Timberwolves even in the non-victor minutes there in the second quarter. So we begin the second half. Minnesota will have the basketball. Spurs move left to right alongside our on-site engineer Sam Walters, statistician Walter Stoops, and Carl Schoening. I'm Dan Weiss. Thanks for joining us. Game 5. Spurs on top by 12. They led by as many as 18 in that first half. Ayo Dosunmu, left corner three, and he drains it. Get the second half started as Ayo Dosunmu makes his first three of the game. Checked in at 45%. He's now 17 of 37 in these playoffs. Lead is 9, 59-50. Steph Castle had 3 first-half fouls, missed the final 8 minutes of that first half. Spots Vassell, left wing three is off the mark. And Dosunmu with a weak side rebound. He's probably been the best secondary scoring option next to Anthony Edwards here tonight. Edwards to the left elbow, ball fake. Out top will hand to Randle. Julius Randle straightaway three. That's off the heel, over the backboard, and out of bounds. Another tough shooting night for Julius Randle. He's 2 of 8 from the field. We mentioned at the start of this series, he's never played well against the Spurs. He averages less than 16 points in his career against San Antonio. Fox getting to the left block, goes up, and he's met and blocked by Dosunmu. Second block for him. Coming the other way, Spotty McDaniels, left wing, back to Edwards. A bit more pace for Minnesota out of the locker room here. Minnesota with Edwards down to the left block, now tries to sneak through, lays it up, no, but he's fouled. And the foul is going to be on De'Aaron Fox. Second foul on Fox. And Anthony Edwards will go back to the free throw line for the second time. He got fouled at a three-pointer early in the first quarter, drained all 3 free throws. First one's up and good. Minnesota is 11 of 12 at the line here tonight. Coming off a game in which they went 20 of 22 in game number 4. So they've been excellent at the free throw line after not being very good in the first 2 games. Edwards makes them both. And the Timberwolves for the first 5 points here in the second half. They get this lead back down to 7. 59-52 Spurs. 10:47 to go, third quarter. Fox on the left side, Wembanyama rolling. Fox out top, Vassell. Devin into the paint, lobbing it up, but Victor wasn't rolling. And Devin lobbed it right up to Rudy Gobert. Jaden McDaniels will take it the other way for Minnesota. Turnover on the Spurs. Bounce pass left side, Edwards. Edwards out of the right corner. Double team comes on him. He's trapped. He sneaks through. He's going to pull up on the baseline and make the jumper. Wham! 7-0 run for Minnesota to start the second half. 59-54. Spurs entered this game with the best third quarter point differential of any team in the playoffs, plus 60. Ayo Dosunmu gets tagged with a foul, his second. Minnesota, the worst scoring differential team in the third quarter, minus 50 coming in. Castle into the paint, puts it up, right hand for 2. Steph's third field goal, 7 points for him. And again, a night where he's only played 15 minutes because of the foul trouble. First points of the second half of the Spurs, 61-54. Edwards is bumped by Champagnie in a foul. Champagne's first. The game doesn't seem to have the chippiness that games 3 and 4 in Minnesota had. Certainly a lot more, I think, disciplined by this officiating crew and how they set the tempo and tone for the game. Edwards spinning on Vassell. Jab step out of his hands to DeSumo. Spinning away from Devin. Baseline jumper off the mark. Castle the rebound. And he's fouled by Rudy Gobert. And basically any contact is prompting a whistle. And especially any unnecessary contact like that from Rudy Gobert. That's his third foul. Second team foul against Minnesota in this quarter. 7-point Spurs lead, 61-54. 9.5 to go, third quarter. Fox at the logo. Screen Vassell. Fox getting free. Fox taking it all the way. Puts it up left hand, around and out. Wouldn't stay down. Jaden McDaniels the rebound ahead to Randall. Left side to Sumu. Thought about the three. Whips it inside. Gobert couldn't handle it cleanly and then tried to dish it off. And there was a foul called. And going to get Champagnie for his second. Spurs have already committed 3 fouls here in the first 3 minutes of this third quarter. Ayo DeSumo will trigger the inbound for Minnesota. Out top, Gobert. Gobert spinning. Gobert moving into the paint. Gobert brushing off Victor. Picks up the dribble. Bounce pass to DeSumo. He's going to take it back out. 7 on the shot clock. Randall going to work on Castle. Randall spots McDaniels. Corner 3 on the way. Good. For Jaden McDaniels, his second 3 of the game, and he's got 10. 61-57. Minnesota 10-2 to start the third. And Castle lost it off his knee down low out of bounds. Steps had a little bit of issue with the turnovers. He's got 28 turnovers in these playoffs. 61-57. 4-point lead. Gobert. Out top here, pulling Wembanyama out of the paint. And Victor now can sag off. Rudy's not going to shoot that. Handing here to Randall. Randall jump step, puts it up. No foul, no whistle. And Champagnie cleans up the mess. Rebound taken down by Fox. There's Fox inside. Fox had it knocked away, recovers, kicks it out. Champagnie, left wing 3, off the mark. Rebound taken by McDaniels. And to DeSumo, back to Jaden McDaniels. High stepping into the lane, pull up left elbow, around and in. Timeout, Mitch Johnson. And Minnesota, an impressive start to the second half. They're on a 12-2 run. And the lead, which was 12 at the half, is down to 2. 8:08 to go here in the third quarter as we take it to the SWBC timeout. 61-59. Spurs lead it by 2. Spurs Radio, Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals continues in a moment.
When it's playoff basketball, you got to do a little bit of everything.
The intensity levels are at an all-time high. These are the NBA playoffs. Every team looking to make a run.
This is incredible.
Every player looking to make history.
Give me all you got. Let's go.
So tune in, because this is going to be unbelievable.
This is exactly what we want.
The NBA playoffs presented by Google continue on ABC, ESPN, NBC, Peacock, and Prime.
Get used to hearing this, because with the new Spurs Frost debit card, you're the MVP. Get in on the action with ticket discounts and Frost Club access at home games. Enjoy discounts on Spurs merchandise and the chance to win one-of-a-kind prizes and experiences. Live the full Superfan experience with your new Spurs Frost debit card and Frost checking account. Visit your nearest Frost location or frostbank.com/SpursCard to learn more.
Experience award-winning sales and service satisfaction at North Park Chevrolet Castroville. Now for 6 consecutive years, a Chevrolet Dealer of the Year recipient. Or visit San Antonio's fastest-growing Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership, North Park CDJR in Castroville. Get no-hassle posted pricing and a 72-hour return policy on every new and used vehicle in stock. Experience the North Park way at every North Park dealership location serving San Antonio and Castroville.
Are you a current or former military service member, first responder, or government employee? The Spurs would like to honor your service by offering you up to 25% off tickets to select playoff home games this postseason. To get your exclusive discount, simply verify your eligibility online with Spurs partner GovX. Registration is fast, easy, and totally free. Visit govx.com, that's govx.com, or go to spurs.com/salute to learn more. Thank you for serving our country and communities. See you at the arena.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
A 12-2 run for Minnesota to start the second half of that 12-point lead down to 2 in less than 4 minutes, 61-59. And it's kind of funny when you think about it, because Minnesota, they've hit some shots here in the third quarter, but I mean, the way that the Spurs have dominated points in the paint, doubling up Minnesota 32-16. They've held the Timberwolves to just 2 offensive rebounds in this game, which has turned into just 2 second chance points. And the Spurs are winning in fast break points as well. You see, and you try to figure out where Minnesota's points coming from. Well, it's the points off the turnovers. 11 points off of 9 Spurs turnovers, while the Spurs have just 6 points off of the 8 Minnesota turnovers in the game. Let's check in with Carl Schoening.
Dan, I have a phrase that I like to think about, that Victor Wembanyama, when he touches the ball, good things happen, yet he does not have a field goal attempt. I'd really like to see him get going out of this timeout, as you've mentioned, it's a 12-2 start for Minnesota.
Yeah, and again, it seems as far as Victor on the offensive end, Minnesota trying to adjust as far as the high screen and roll. We've seen Victor pick and pop. We've seen him roll. He's going to have to figure out how to be more aggressive in demanding the basketball here in the third quarter. Victor is going up high here now, over to the elbow, trying to look to come out now with setting the screen for Castle. And Victor's rolling. He's being grabbed by Edwards. Castle lobbing it up, and it was knocked away by Gobert. They're sagging back on that lob. And Ayu Dosunmu, coast to coast, lays it up and in with the right hand. And we start over at 61-all. 14-2 spurt to start the third quarter for Minnesota. Fox screen Wembanyama. Fox left elbow now guarded by Gobert. Lobbing it in and turning it over. And that's 2 times in a row the Spurs trying to find Victor, and Minnesota coming over with the help to knock it away. Sorry, the 4th turnover this quarter on the Timberwolves. The double on Edwards. Now shags off. Edwards, mid-range jumper, in and out. Into the hands of Aaron Fox. Fox walks it up the floor. Picked up by Jaden McDaniels. Back to Castle, left wing. Now Victor trying to seal on Edwards inside. Double comes out of his hands. Champagny corner pocket 3. Got it. Big time shot. JC for 3 from that left corner. And that's exactly what you need. When you get the double team, you kick out. You need your wings to start making some threes. Spurs reclaim the lead, 64-61. Edwards, screen from Gobert. Edwards, kick out of McDaniels. Into the left corner, floats it up along the baseline, around, and no good. Rebound taken by Castle, and he's fouled by McDaniels. It'll be his 4th. Jaden McDaniels has had some issues with foul trouble in this series. He had picked up 5 in game 1. He picked up 3 in the first half for the second time in this series, and he's out. Shannon Jr. is in. And at the other end for the Spurs, Dylan Harper and Keldon Johnson both into the game. Aaron Fox and Devin Vassell will have a seat. Castle walks it up the floor. Castle, guarded by Shannon Jr. Steph moving to his right. Steph behind his back, spinning on Edwards. Steph off the window for 2. That was pretty from Steph Castle. ISO ball got him onto Edwards, and he takes him down with his strength. 9 for Castle. 66-61. Last 5 for the Spurs here after Minnesota tied it. Bounce pass to Randall in the paint. Kick out right corner. Shannon for 3. Off the mark. Gobert offensive rebound. He's blocked. He's blocked by Keldon Johnson, who went up top. And he knocked the Stifle Tower back into the front row. Keldon Johnson gets his first block on the Ledger block meter and the 4th block of the game. Certainly electrified the crowd here. Spurs will take the basketball. 66-61. Randall's going back to the bench. Naz Reid's checked into the game. Randall's got 6. Reid's got 8. Wembanyama. Gobert watching him, gives to Castle. Castle underneath. Two-hand slam. 7-0 run for the Spurs. Sparked by Stephon Castle. He's got 11. Left side, Dosunmu. Screen coming from Shannon Jr. Ayo Dosunmu floats it up and floats it in over Champagnie. 16 for Ayo Dosunmu, his best game of the series. Castle behind his back. Castle in the paint, puts it up and puts it in. Got the last 6 for the Spurs. Castle's got 13, 70-63. Here comes the double on Edwards across the timeline. Out of his hands, Dosunmu floats into the left corner. Naz Reid backing it in on Castle. Bounce pass to Dosunmu. Underneath was looking for Gobert. Threw it away to Champagnie. Ahead of the left side is Castle. Castle to Harper. Extra pass, Johnson. Right corner, Edwards closing out. Johnson in the paint. Spinning, backing it in. Johnson goes up over Edwards for 2. Timeout, Chris Finch. 10 points, Keldon Johnson, and it's an 11-2 run for the Spurs, countering the 14-2 run for Minnesota. Spurs, just like that, back up by 9. 72-63. Castle with 7 in a row. Keldon Johnson, a big-time block. And the Spurs with another comfortable cushion here. We take the SWBC break. 5:09 to go here in quarter number 3. Spurs Radio. Game 3 of the Western, Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals continues in a moment.
He wants to shoot from way downtown. I don't know about this one.
Does reaching your financial goals feel like a long shot? With Self, it doesn't have to. Get the tools you need today to help build the credit you deserve.
He shoots, he scores!
Spur your credit forward with Self, the official credit building app of the San Antonio Spurs.
At Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel, Texas's premier entertainment destination, we love winners. With millions of dollars in jackpots paid, vehicles, cash, and gift giveaways monthly, the excitement never ends. Visit Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel in Eagle Pass, Texas, and find current promotions at LuckyEagleTexas.com or on social at Lucky Eagle Texas.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
¿Fuertes dolores de estómago? ¿Dificultad para respirar? ¿Dolor de espalda? No se autodiagnostique. En caso de emergencia, confíe en los expertos de Methodist Healthcare. En caso de emergencia, cuente con nuestros equipos de atención y nuestras cómodas ubicaciones. Nuestros servicios de urgencia están abiertos las 24 horas del día, los 7 días de la semana, y ofrecen una atención de alta calidad. Elija sabiamente. Elija Methodist Healthcare. Encuentre la sala de emergencias más cercana en sahealth.com/ER.
And the crowd goes wild for the home team.
Could your credit score use a home court advantage? Self has tools that can give you an edge on your credit building journey. Make your credit feel right at home with Self, the official credit building app of the San Antonio Spurs.
We take a look at our Ticketmaster upcoming games. Game 6 of this Western Conference semifinal series will come your way Friday night. We'll have a 2-day break in between games 5 and 6. That start time has now been set for 8:30 p.m. from Target Center in Minnesota. Spurs Radio Game Night will get you started beginning at 8. We'll have a tip time just after 8:40, about 8:42. Potential for a 5-minute slide to an 8:47 tip time on Friday night. And if necessary, Game 7 would be back here at the Frost Bank Center on Sunday. A tip time to be determined. When you need tickets, Ticketmaster's got you covered as the official ticket marketplace of the Spurs and the NBA. Ticketmaster's got a wide selection of seats available for every game. You can get your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Spurs. The Spurs counter a 14-2 run by Minnesota to start quarter number 3 with an 11-2 run of their own. 6 of those for Keldon Johnson, or for Stephon Castle. Johnson had the last 2 and a big-time block on Rudy Gobert as well. Castle's got 8 of his 13 points here in this third quarter. Minnesota with the basketball. The Spurs up by 9, 72-63. We come upon 5 minutes remaining here in quarter number 3. Ayo Dosunmu hands it off here to Anthony Edwards. Left wing splits through the defense, puts it off the glass, around and in. 14 points for Anthony Edwards. 3 of the 5 starters in double figures tonight for Minnesota, 72-65. Harper bounce pass to Castle, right wing, screen Wembanyama. Castle floats to Victor, cut off by Shannon, out to Champagnie, sidestep, left wing, now pass it inside. Johnson to Castle, overshot him, Steph in trouble, trapped, floats it back to Victor. The bailout, Victor couldn't finish. He was all alone underneath and couldn't put it down. You never see Victor miss 2 feet away from the rim like that very often. And then Anthony Edwards fouled by Julian Champagnie. Attack in the bucket, he'll get a pair of free throws. Champagnie picks up his 3rd, 4th team foul in the Spurs. Castle had an outstanding pass as he was trapped after Johnson overshot the lob, and Victor Wembanyama got it underneath, and he just missed as Anthony Edwards hits the free throw. And like we said, you never or hardly ever see Victor miss from that close to the basket. Steph Castle will have a seat. De'Aaron Fox back into the game. Castle with 8 points here in the 3rd. Edwards makes a pair. 7-7 to the line. Edwards is tied to Dosunmu for the team lead with 16. Victor Wembanyama is yet to score here in this 3rd quarter. 72-67. Dylan Harper, right side. Harper attacking. Harper, fall away, right wing jumper around. No good. Tip up and in for Wemby. And the foul. There's his first points of the second half. Victor Wembanyama not missing that time on the little putback as he was pushed in the back by Terrence Shannon Jr. 3rd foul on Shannon Jr. 4th team foul on Minnesota. Wembanyama to the line for the and 1. It's now 23 points and 12 rebounds. Victor's 5 of 6 at the free throw line here tonight. Spurs lead it by 7, 74-67. Free throw for Victor is good. 24 points, 12 rebounds. Like we said throughout, the pivotal Game 5 winner goes on to win the series historically 82% of the time. Anthony Edwards, left wing, slipping past Harper. Edwards going off the window with a right hand, blocked. Harper got a piece of it. Harper with his first block. Here's Johnson in transition, goes up and he's fouled. And Shannon Jr. will pick up the personal. Fourth foul on Terrence Shannon Jr. And free throws coming up here for Keldon Johnson forcing the action. After the block by Dylan Harper, it's the 5th block on the Ledger block meter tonight. Keldon Johnson having one of his best games of the series. Sinks the free throw, his first of the night, 11 points, 2 rebounds. One of those games that Keldon's giving you energy tonight. Devin Vassell back into the game for Julian Champagnie. And Terrence Shannon Jr.'s got to leave with 4 fouls, so he's got 4. And Jaden McDaniels, who plays his likewise position, also has 4. So that means Mike Conley comes into the game. 2 free throws for Keldon, pushing the lead back to 10. 77-67, 3:45 to play. Conley brings it up the floor on the left side. Picked up by Fox, screen from Randall. Pocket pass to Randall from Conley on the left wing, hands to Edwards. Into the double team, out of his hands to Randall. Jab step, going to work on Victor, rushing into him, putting it up right hand, no, tips it up left hand, no, goes up and takes it away. Does Victor Wembanyama from the hands of Julius Randle. Here's Fox, spots Vassell, extra pass Johnson in the left corner. Johnson bumped and fouled by Naz Reid, he'll go back to the line. And then this is a night again that Keldon Johnson thrives in. When he gets the crowd going, the crowd behind him, he feeds off them, and they feed off of him. It is a symbiotic relationship, and it's beautiful. Keldon Johnson back to the free throw line. First free throw's up and good. Luke Cornett will come in for Victor Wembanyama, who has played the entire 3rd quarter, almost 9 minutes. Rudy Gobert back in to match those non-Victor minutes. Minnesota has won the non-Victor minutes tonight, plus 9, as they're down 11 here right now, and potentially 12. Keldon Johnson now with 13, the fourth Spur in double figs. 5 in the quarter and make it 6. He's 4 of 5 of the line. 14 for the game. Spurs ahead by 12, 79-67. Rudy Gobert up top, watched by Luke Cornett. Hands here to Edwards. Edwards, 10 on the shot clock, crossing up Cornett. Goes right to the cup, lays it up and in. That's too easy for Anthony Edwards. And 18 points for him, 10 in the third. Fox spinning in the lane, lost the ball out of bounds. And they're going to say last touch by Minnesota. So as often we watch the non-Jokic minutes whenever the Spurs play Denver, start to watch the non-Victor minutes. Right now, Minnesota plus 11 in those. Vassell, baseline, right wing jumper. Good! Splash for Devin Vassell. 7 points for him. And 3 of 9 shooting night. Back to a 12-point game, 81-69. Vassell knocks it away from Conley out of bounds. 2:42 remaining here in the third. Spurs have led by as many as 18. Minnesota tied it at 61. But since then, the Spurs have gone on a 20-8 run. Rudy Gobert will hand it back to Edwards. Edwards, the screen from Gobert, trying to split through Cornett. Cornett knocks it away. Edwards on the deck, lost it. Gave it to Johnson. Keldon off to the races. Euro step, lays it up and in for 2. Steal and the score for the Spurs. 16 for Keldon. 14-point lead. And nearly another steal for Fox as it goes out of bounds. It'll stay Minnesota ball. 83-69. Spurs by 14. They've turned Minnesota over now 10 times tonight for 10 points off of those turnovers. Dosunmu is back in. Edwards will have a seat. He's got 10 in the quarter. 18 for the game. Inbounded to Gobert. Gobert handing to Dosunmu. Dosunmu attacking, scooping it up. Right hand blocked by Cornett, but a foul. Late whistle from John Goebel. You're going to get a push off on Dylan Harper on the rebound. Third foul on Dylan Harper will send Rudy Gobert to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Free throw for Gobert is good. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification. This is Spurs Radio.
News Radio 1200 WOAI. San Antonio's breaking news, traffic, and weather.
Rudy Gobert now 17 of 37 in these playoffs and now 18 for 38. Makes a pair at the line. 83-71. 4 points for Rudy Gobert and his first point since the opening quarter. 8-12 for the Spurs. 2 minutes to go. Cornett setting the screen for Harper. D. Harp downhill, lobs it up. Cornett, oh, he's blocked to the rim. And Harper there for the putback. Dylan Harper, Johnny on the spot with a putback after Cornett was met at the rim. Spurs back by 14, 85-71. Naz Reid. Spinning, kick out, right corner, Dosunmu attacking. Baseline will bring it back out to the free throw line. Hands to Randall. Randall jab step, shot clock at 4. Randall into the body of Johnson, goes up, and he's fouled. And Keldon will pick up the personal, that's his third. Will send Julius Randall to the free throw line. Minnesota has missed only 1 free throw tonight and has been the unlikeliest miss of anybody on their team. As Ayu Dosunmu had hit 22 of 23 coming into these playoffs, and he split a pair in his first trip to the line. As Randall is 2 of 2 at the line here tonight. 85-71 with 1:27 to go in the third. First free throw rattles around and in for Julius Randall. Another tough night on the offensive end for Randall. It's just 2 of 11 from the field. 7 points. He's a minus 13. Second free throw for Randall's good. Rudy Gobert got his hand caught under the basket and the rim, going for that block on Luke Cornett. Close to being a goaltending. Sticking his hand close to the netting of the rim. 75 seconds remaining here in this third. Spurs by 12. Fox The left elbow, spots Cornette, down low, Cornette, kick out, back to the Aaron, left wing three on the way, no good. Rebound, Dylan Harper, man's rebound, goes back up and scores. Dylan Harper just took it away from Mike Conley, went back into the trees and laid it up and in with the left hand. 6 points for Dylan Harper. Last two inside on offensive rebounds. Randall, cut off, hands to Gobert, backs off, Cornette lost the ball on the way up, Spurs take it away. Vassell to Harper. Harper lays it up for 2. What a close by Dylan Harper. 6 points in the last minute. Spurs back up by 16. 89-73. Ayo Dosunmu with the basketball. 30 seconds remaining here in the third. Dosunmu, left wing, down to the elbow. Dosunmu lobbing it up, tapped away by Cornette. They were trying to hit Gobert. Fox, left wing, picks up the dribble, back to Luke. He'll hand it back to the Aaron. Game clock and shot clock virtually identical. And a 2-second difference. Shot clock down to 10. Fox out left side by the logo. Now gets his move past Dosunmu into the paint. He's bumped, he's fouled, he doesn't score. But he'll get to the line. 8.3 seconds remaining. This is an impressive close by the Spurs with Victor Wembanyama on the bench. They were up by 12 and losing the non-Victor minutes in the game by 9. Now a chance here to win the non-Victor minutes by 8. Or by 6, rather, potentially, going into the fourth quarter. His free throw's good for the Aaron. Wembanyama's coming back in for the final 8 seconds. We're going to have an infectious control timeout, I think, here. It's like Dylan Harper has got some blood on his right elbow. And he's being worked on by athletic trainer Will Sevening. They get the sub in. Champagny will check back in here. And one more free throw. As Fox. Second one is up and good. And 14 tonight for the Aaron. The lead is 18. 91-73. 8 seconds remaining. For the Spurs, you got outscored by 12 to start the quarter. Left wing three for Randall with the game clock expiring is off the mark. And so the Spurs go from 61 all, nearly 4 minutes into the third quarter, and end up closing on a 30-12 run to tie their largest lead of the game, 18 going to the fourth quarter. 91-73 as the Spurs look to take game number 5 here and take a 3-2 series lead. 36 minutes down, 12 to play. Spurs Radio, Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals continues in a moment.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Lionel Richie. And Earth, Wind, and Fire. The tour continues. San Antonio, you're invited to sing a song all night long. Lionel Richie and Earth, Wind, and Fire. Together in one magical night you don't want to miss. Frost Bank Center, July 28th. Get tickets now at LiveNation.com.
At SWBC, we believe financial success hinges on teamwork. We've built a legacy on it, partnering with businesses across Texas to help Texans achieve their financial goals. With a comprehensive suite of personal and commercial services, we're here to support whatever journey you're on. From expert property tax services and HR solutions to protecting your future with insurance, investment strategies, and succession planning, we've got you covered. Because great things happen when we move forward together. SWBC, a proud sponsor of the San Antonio Spurs.
In the playoffs, every move matters. That's why the San Antonio Spurs trust UT Health San Antonio, their official sports medicine partner, to keep them in the game. It's the same level of care available to you. From sports injuries to joint replacement, our nationally recognized physicians combine experience with research-driven care to help you get back to what matters most. Get the care trusted by the Spurs. Find a UT Health San Antonio physician at everythingittakes.org.
To the fourth quarter we go. The Spurs close on a 30-12 run over the final 8 minutes as they win that third quarter. 32-20, 91-73 as we go to the final 12. Look at the Bet365 stats. Spurs shooting 50% from the field. They're just 7 of 23 from downtown. Three-point shooting hasn't come along for the ride, at least not yet here tonight. And the Spurs have been able to get downhill and get to the free throw line. 16 of 20. They have out-rebounded Minnesota 36-29 while holding the Timberwolves to only 5 offensive rebounds in this game. Victor Wembanyama, 24 points, 14 boards, and 2 blocks tonight. Steph Castle had 8 in that third quarter, 13 points total for the game for him. Keldon Johnson with a big-time third quarter as well. Johnson had 8 in the third. He's got 16 in the game here tonight. One of his best playoff games, 14 for De'Aaron Fox. Minnesota shooting 40%, 33% from behind the line. Anthony Edwards, 10 in the third. He's got 18. Ayo Dosunmu has 16. These Spurs are now a NBA playoff best, plus 66 in the third quarter. It was after their third quarters were arguably their worst in the regular season. And they weren't that bad. They were plus 53 over the course of the regular season. But from a scoring differential-wise, it was their lowest scoring differential quarter of the season. We start the fourth. Victor Wembanyama back on the floor. Takes it inside, goes off the window over Shannon and scores. The Spurs also won the Victor Wembanyama minutes with him on the bench, winning those by 6. And the Spurs now with a 20-point lead, 93-73. Largest lead of the game. Naz Reid misfiring on the 3. Victor rips down the rebound. Gets out of the pack with a basketball. Comes across the line. Left wing. Gets past Shannon. Look out. Oh, Victor puts it up and in as he got bumped by Naz Reid. He was going for all the smoke there. Reid met him at the apex. Victor still banked it up and in for 2. And Victor will get one more at the line. What? Oh, they're calling Victor Wembanyama for an offensive foul. Wave off the basket. Wave off the highlight. Wow. Offensive foul on Victor Wembanyama. We started walking up the other way, and I was wondering what was going on. Meanwhile, the Spurs pull off an 8-second violation against Minnesota on the inbound. Great defense there. I am confused. I am confused on the Victor Wembanyama offensive foul. I just looked at it on the replay. I don't know where the foul was. Castle, right wing 3 is up, off the front of the rim. Offensive board tracked down by Vassell, knocked away by Naz Reid, out of the hands of Wembanyama. It'll stay Spurs ball. Great hustle by Devin Vassell. Spurs by 20, 93-73. In the regular season, the Spurs were 31-1 when leading by 20. Wembanyama and falls out of bounds. He lost the basketball off his knee. Down he goes, and another turnover on the Spurs. That's 13 turnovers on the Spurs. And on Victor Wembanyama tonight, that's his 3rd turnover of the game. Castle also with 3 turnovers tonight. On the other end, Minnesota, 3 turnovers from Anthony Edwards in this game. Bounce pass to McDaniels in the left corner, goes baseline, Euro steps, a reverse layups around and good. 14 points for Jaden McDaniels, which has kind of been about his average here in these playoffs. Fox getting free, changing hands, left-hand layup off the mark. Anthony Edwards rips down the rebound. Edwards brings it back into the front court. Edwards taking it strong, floats it off the glass for 2. Tough take from Edwards. He wanted a foul and an and 1. He's got 20. 93-77, last 4 for Minnesota. Castle, kick out. Carter Bryant, left corner 3. Fox, short, way short. Rebound, Randall, ahead to Edwards. Minnesota pushing. McDaniels, right wing 3. That's off the mark. Rebound tipped up. Carter Bryant has it. Ripped out of his hands by Randall. Randall then fouled by Devin Vassell. 3rd foul on Vassell. Julius Randall will go to the free throw line. Carter Bryant wants to know why he's not getting the same calls as Julius Randall. Randall has got 8 points, 7 rebounds tonight on 2 of 12 shooting, though he is 4 of 4 at the free throw line. 3 in double figs tonight for Minnesota, led by Edwards, who has 20. His free throw for Randall is good. 4 in double figs tonight for the Spurs, led by 26 and 15 for Victor Wembanyama. The lead is 15, 93-78, with one more free throw coming for Randall. 10:09 to go in the ball game. Spurs have basically led this one wire to wire. They trailed very early, 5-3, but that was it. Second free throw is no good for Randall. Offensive rebound momentarily, but tipped out by Randall. And it'll go back over to the Spurs. Just their second miss tonight. 19-21 of the line for Minnesota. 93-78. Spurs ball up by 15. Castle. Guarded by Edwards. Castle between his legs. Left-hand dribble. Castle looking for Carter Bryant. He threw it away. His fourth turnover. Naz Reid takes it. Kick out. Shannon Jr. right wing three on the way. Air ball. Offensive rebound. Randall. Kick hit back out here to McDaniels. Back to Shannon. Shannon taking it inside. Out to Edwards. Left wing. Edwards cut off by Fox. Fumbled it over to Reid. Left corner. Shot clock at 5. Reid backing it in. Reid left corner 3 contested, and he still drains it. What a shot by Naz Reid. He's got 11 points. It'll prompt a timeout for Mitch Johnson. 8-0 run for Minnesota. It was 93-73. The Timberwolves have made it a 12-point game. 9:34 to go in the ball game. 93-81 as we take it to the SWBC timeout. Spurs Radio. Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals continues in a moment.
Get used to hearing this, because with the new Spurs Frost debit card, you're the MVP. Get in on the action with ticket discounts and Frost Club access at home games. Enjoy discounts on Spurs merchandise and the chance to win one-of-a-kind prizes and experiences. Live the full Superfan experience with your new Spurs Frost debit card and Frost checking account. Visit your nearest Frost location or frostbank.com/SpursCard to learn more.
Spectrum TV makes sports easy, so I never miss. Never miss a homer. Never miss a home field hat trick. Never miss a goal line stand, inches from the end zone. Never miss an end-to-end, tic-tac-toe, top-shelf snipe. Never miss a downtown buzzer beater for the championship win. Get your favorite streaming apps included at no extra cost with Live TV. It's one plan, one price, one place for all your sports. For details, visit SpectrumTV.com.
Looking for an opportunity to grow in the insurance industry? AHIA is recruiting motivated health insurance agents who want to build a successful career helping families find the coverage they need. Whether you're already licensed or looking to get started, our team provides the support, training, and tools to help you succeed.
Interested in joining their team or learning more about your coverage options? Call 210-210-AHIA. That's 210-210-AHIA or visit ahiabenefits.com today.
Nothing compares to catching your San Antonio Spurs live. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Spurs and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can experience all the sights, sounds, and styles in person. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you were there live. So put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Spurs.
Well, the Spurs got the first bucket of the fourth quarter, and then Minnesota got the next 8, and it's 93-81, 9:34 remaining here in the fourth quarter in Game 5 at the Frost Bank Center. Let's check in over the Spurs Radio Net Center here with Carl Schoening.
You know, Dan, despite the start here in the fourth quarter, Minnesota is still trailing the battle in the paint 52-28. And on a night where both teams are pretty even from the three-point shooting, I think that is obviously a big reason why the Spurs are ahead by 12 at the moment.
Yeah, and this was a Minnesota team coming into this series, Carl, that had the best points in the paint point differential. That's a mouthful. In the opening round series against Denver, they outscored them 57-43 per game. Points in the paint. I mentioned that the Spurs were plus 66 after winning that third quarter in the playoffs in the third quarter this year. That's number 1 in the NBA. Minnesota is number 1 in fourth quarter scoring differential in the NBA playoffs. They are plus 43. Keep that in mind. Of course, they had the big fourth quarter win on Sunday evening, 34-25. And coming back from 6 down late with just over 6 minutes to go in the ball game to seal the Game 4 win and even up this series at 2 games apiece. And after being down 20 literally a second ago, they're back to within 12 once again. Fox will bring up the ball. Left side, Devin Vassell. Back to the Aaron. Spots Castle. Free throw line up to Wembanyama. He's met at the apex and fouled by Naz Reid. And Victor's going to get 2 free throws. Third foul on Naz Reid. First team foul on Minnesota. Again, Victor Wembanyama is not getting respect of getting these opportunities at the rim on chances going up. Spurs take it out on the side. Castle, spin cycle on Shannon Jr. and elevates and detonates. 2-hand slam. Spun around Shannon Jr., left him in the dust, jumped off 2 feet and powered it down. 15 points for Steph Castle. McDaniels, the 3 up top, is good after Castle got closed out. 17 for Jaden McDaniels. Lead is 11, 95-84. Castle to the left wing. Fox ball fake into the paint. De'Aaron up with the right hand for 2. 16 for De'Aaron Fox. 13-point game, 97-84. Right side is Randall. Randall attacking. Spots Shannon, nearly lost it, lobs it back out to Edwards. Left wing, Anthony Edwards back to Shannon Jr. in the left corner. Shot clock at 9. He'll pull up for 3. He's blocked. Wembanyama blocked it on the closeout. Spurs with the ball. Here comes Castle attacking. Pass behind to Champagnie. Rises for 3. Off the front of the iron. Rebound taken by McDaniels. Wembanyama will get his 3rd block here momentarily. Randall underneath. 2-hand jam. He beat Victor down the floor, and Julius Randle's got 11. 97-86, 8:13 to go here in the ball game. Spurs led by 20 in this 4th quarter. Minnesota has pulled back to within 11. We've played almost 4 minutes. Castle, left wing to Vassell. Rising for 3 on the way. Got it! Devin Vassell rattles home his 2nd. And he's the 4th Spurs starter in double figs with 10. 186, Spurs by 14. Anthony Edwards of the logo at half court. Over to Naz Reid. Left wing knocked away by Castle. Castle against Edwards. Castle slams it down for 2. Timeout, Minnesota. Steph Castle and the Spurs defense has come alive in the second half. 102-86. We take you to the SWBC timeout. Spurs Radio. Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals continues in a moment.
At Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel, Texas's premier entertainment destination, we love winners. With millions of dollars in jackpots paid, vehicles, cash, and gift giveaways monthly, the excitement never ends. Visit Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel in Eagle Pass, Texas, and find current promotions at LuckyEagleTexas.com or on social at Lucky Eagle Texas.
It's playoffs time, San Antonio, when every moment matters and there's no room for hesitation.
And when it's time to make your next move, Hill Country Honda is ready to deliver.
Shop online or on the showroom floor and find the perfect new Honda built for performance, reliability, and value.
You'll also find a deep lineup of certified Hondas and quality used vehicles.
Plus, Hill Country Honda pays top dollar for every trade.
Too much to offer, not enough time. Don't wait for the buzzer.
Visit HillCountryHonda.com and get more on 1604 at Hill Country Honda.
Severe stomach cramps, trouble breathing, back pain? Don't diagnose yourself. For emergency medical care, leave it to the experts at one of our Methodist Healthcare ER locations. When it's an emergency, count on our trusted care teams and convenient locations. Our ERs offer high-quality emergency care 24/7. Choose emergency medical care wisely. Choose Methodist Healthcare. Find a location near you at sahealth.com/ER.
Are you a current or former military service member, first responder, or government employee? The Spurs would like to honor your service by offering you up to 25% off tickets to select playoff home games this postseason. To get your exclusive discount, simply verify your eligibility online with Spurs partner GovX. Registration is fast, easy, and totally free. Visit govx.com, that's govx.com, or go to spurs.com/salute to learn more. Thank you for serving our country and communities. See you at the arena.
When the Spurs win, you win. The official playoff win giveaway thanks to our good friends at Taco Palenque. Get a free Taco Palenque breakfast taco after every Spurs playoff home or away game win. Choose from potato and egg or bean and cheese. It's available from 6 to 9 a.m. at Taco Palenque locations across San Antonio, Austin, Laredo, El Paso, Eagle Pass, Corpus Christi, and throughout the Rio Grande Valley. Use the code SPURSWIN with the Taco Palenque app or in-store. Limit 1 per guest per day. No purchase or game ticket necessary. The Spurs responding from Minnesota, scoring 8 in a row. And the Spurs now on a 9-5 run here to push the lead to 16, 102 to 86. 7:42 remaining in the ball game. Spurs trying to take that pivotal game 5. One of the things that the Spurs in their history, when they have won game 5 in a best-of-7 series, 9 times they've won a game 5 at home. They've gone on to win the series all 9 times, and in 8 of those 9 series, they've won it in 6 games. Now, that does not include the 2013 NBA Finals, where the Spurs won Game 5 to take the 3-2 lead, but lost the next 2 in Miami because that was the last of the finals that were played at a 2-3-2 format. This is only in the 2-2-1-1-1 current format. Minnesota with the basketball in a 16-point game. DeSumo with a bounce pass over to McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels attacking. Lost the ball on the way up. Castle will take it away. Another Minnesota turnover. Ahead to Harper. Downhill to the right corner. Vassell. Corner pocket 3. Short. Off the back of the iron. Did we get a foul? We did. A closeout foul on Jaden McDaniels in that right corner. That's 5 on him. And put Devin Vassell to the line for 3 free throws. So a closeout foul on Jaden McDaniels puts Devin at the line. As Devin at the line for the first time tonight, the free throw rolls out. Spurs in the regular season were fouled 22 times on a 3-point attempt. They had 14 4-point plays. Second free throw for Vassell is good. Vassell 1 of 2 with 1 more coming, trying to push the lead back to 18. Spurs led it 93-73 early on in this fourth quarter. That's our largest lead of the game. Devin makes 2 of 3 at the line. A dozen for Devin, 104-86. Not a time left in the game, but the lead continues to be in the high double digits here for the Spurs. This is Anthony Edwards making his move to the left. Edwards into the paint, scoops it up left hand off the glass. No. Randall, the offensive rebound, lost it. Kept alive to DeSumo. His 3 short. And Champagnie with a rebound into his hands to Harper. Dylan Harper up the left side between his legs. Harper back into the paint, down to the right block. Over to DeSumo, left it short, but DeSumo with the personal will send Harper to the free throw line. 4 fouls on Ayo DeSumo. Dylan Harper's come alive here in this second half. Only had 2 points at the half. And Harper 6 in the third quarter, now going for 7 and 8.5 in total, and trying to become the 6th Spur in double figs here tonight. Harper's first free throw is good. Yeldon Johnson into the game for Devin Vassell. Luke Cornett also just came into the game a moment ago for Victor Wembanyama. One more free throw for Harper on the way, and good. Harper now with 10. Spurs again by 20, 106-86. Under 7 minutes to go. Anthony Edwards trying to free himself from Castle. Ball comes into the hands of Naz Reid. Spinning here on Champagnie. Reid brings it back out. Shot clock at 6. Reid again putting the moves on Champagnie. Gets loose, scoops it up around, no, but a foul on Champagnie. Right, he gave him the beret of moves, did Naz Reid. 4th foul on Julian. 2nd team foul against the Spurs. Naz Reid to the free throw line. Reid's had a good night tonight. 3 threes and 11 points, 4 rebounds in his 27 minutes. Minnesota, who has completely shortened their bench here the last couple of games as Reid misses the first free throw. And on to an 8-man rotation, and Mike Conley's actually ended up with 15 minutes tonight, which is the most he's had in the last 3 games of the series. Trying to limit Anthony Edwards' minutes, but he's already up at 36. With still 6 minutes to go. Reed makes 1 of 2 at the line in a 19-point game, 106-87. So once again, looks like Anthony Edwards is going to be in the vicinity of a 40-minute night. Castle attacking off the window, no good. Edwards with the rebound. Here come the Timberwolves. Edwards into the right corner. Ayo Dosunmu down to the baseline, cutting, kicks it out. Reed to the left elbow, across to the right corner. Randall gets Cornet up. Randall attacking. Randall reverse layup, good. That was Julius Randle's best take of the night. 13 points for him, 106-89. 17-point game. Castle free of Dosunmu to the left corner. Pass deflected out by Edwards. Wembanyama coming back into the game. And Luke Cornet will go back to the bench. Cornet tonight's given the Spurs 11 minutes. As Castle will have a seat too for a breather. Fox into the game. Steph's played 27. 5:54 to play. Castle, to his credit, has not picked up a foul in this second half. No Spur other than Julian Champagnie has got 4. Into the right corner. Here's Champagnie all alone for 3. No good. Rebound into the hands of Reed. Champagnie tonight is 2 of 7 from downtown. Reed off to Randall, left side. Randall into the paint, bumps off Champagnie, floats it up and in. Count the basket and the foul. Champagnie picks up his 5th. And Julius Randle will go to the line for an and 1. Minnesota just will not go away. Randle tonight, 5 of 6 at the line, 15 points, 8 boards, his best game since game 1. And can't complete the three-point play as it spins out. Wembanyama just grabbed his 16th rebound. Harper behind his back, loses to Dosunmu, slams it down, left hand, tomahawk slam! Dylan Harper coming to life here in the second half. 10 of his 12 in the second half. That play was nice. Edwards, left wing 3, no good. Weak side rebound, Champagnie. 17-point game. Dylan Harper, just a bevy of plays here in the ball game. And now draws out Naz Reid with the basketball. D. Harp trying to bounce pass, blocked back to him. Harper fouled by Reed. That'll be his 4th team foul of Minnesota. So they are at the limit. Spurs will be in the bonus the remainder of the game. 4:56 to go. Time starting to become a problem for the folks from the Twin Cities. 108-91 inbound to Fox. Shot clock at 10. Spots Wembanyama, rolling Victor. Ball fake. Another one. Scoops it underneath to Champagnie. Lays it up and in. Timeout, Chris Finch. And that might be the start of the finishing touches on a Game 5 victory. Victor Wembanyama's 5th dime. Julian Champagnie 8 points and the Spurs by 19. 110-91. 4:46 to play in the ball game. Spurs Radio Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals continues in a moment.
It's playoffs time, San Antonio, when every moment matters and there's no room for hesitation.
And when it's time to make your next move, Hill Country Honda is ready to deliver.
Shop online or on the showroom floor and find the perfect new Honda built for performance, reliability, and value.
You'll also find a deep lineup of certified Hondas and quality used vehicles.
Plus, Hill Country Honda pays top dollar for every trade.
Too much to offer, not enough time. Don't wait for the buzzer.
Visit hillcountryhonda.com and get more on 1604 at Hill Country Honda.
Are you a current or former military service member, first responder, or government employee? The Spurs would like to honor your service by offering you up to 25% off tickets to select playoff home games this postseason. To get your exclusive discount, simply verify your eligibility online with Spurs partner GovX. Registration is fast, easy, and totally free. Visit govx.com, that's govx.com, or go to spurs.com/salute to learn more. Thank you for serving our country and communities. See you at the arena.
Victor Wembanyama just coming up with his 5th assist of the ball game. And he is the 3rd Spur in the postseason to join Tim Duncan and David Robinson to have 25 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists in a playoff game. David did it 4 times. Tim did it 10 times, most recently on April 19th of 2008 in a double overtime win against the Phoenix Suns. That was, of course, the game that Tim hit a three to send that game into overtime. 110-91. Spurs by 19, 4:35 to play. Trap on Edwards, he breaks free, spins down to the left block, hands to Reed, puts up the three, off the mark. Fox tips the rebound over to Wembanyama. Victor brings it up on the left wing side. Hands it back to De'Aaron. Fox putting the moves on, finds the seam, goes up in the left hand for two. Lead is 21, largest of the game. And De'Aaron Fox has got an 18-point night. And it feels like Minnesota can start thinking about Game 6. Back at home Friday night at the Target Center. Randall out of his hands to Dosunmu. Dosunmu attacking, tried to throw it down, missed the dunk. Randall with a rebound will put it back in. 17 for Randall. 112-93. Randall's now got a double-double, 17 points, 10 boards. It's his second double-double of these playoffs. 3:43 to go in the ball game. Left side, here's Fox. 19-point game, 112-93. And a foul away from the ball. Fouls on Randall's his third. And that'll put the Spurs in the bonus. Again, Game 6 coming up Friday night at Target Center. It is an 8:30 tip time. Carl will get you started back at the Spurs Radio Net Center with Spurs Radio Game Night beginning at 8 p.m. Could be a long Spurs Radio Game Night. That game will be the second of a doubleheader as Victor misses the first free throw, as we'll end up on the parallel of the Cleveland-Detroit series, which that will be a Game 6. Regardless, that will be in Cleveland on Friday night. Game 5 of that series comes up tomorrow night back in Detroit after the Cavaliers tied the series up at 2 games apiece. How about Donovan Mitchell in the second half? Victor Wembanyama makes 1 of 2 at the line, 27 points. Lead is 20, 3.5 to play, 113-93. Ayo Dosunmu, left corner three, is off the mark, and Wembanyama with another rebound. 17 boards for Victor Wembanyama. Minnesota tonight just 9 of 31 from behind the line. Fox, left elbow, back to Johnson. Johnson spinning over Edwards, left hand, jumper around and in. Keldon Johnson's playoff high, 18 points, and a timeout, Chris Finch, as he is likely to wave the white flag, as it's a 22-point game. We talk about the 6th man of the year, Keldon Johnson, who came into these playoffs with averages of 7 points, 4 rebounds. Keldon had give you some flashes in the postseason, but hadn't had one of his typical Keldon games. Tonight he has, with 18 points, 7 of 10 shooting, and the Energizer Bunny spark, maybe the biggest energy offered on his block on Rudy Gobert there in the third quarter. Hey, even got the eyes of Victor Wembanyama a little wider on that one. And so the Spurs just 3:08 away from pocketing a Game 5 win here at home. We'll take a 3-2 series lead with them back to Minnesota on Friday night. And we've said it repeatedly, but it bears repeating. Teams that win a Game 5, the pivotal Game 5 in a best-of-7 series, win the series 82% of the time. Spurs bench tonight has scored 33 points, outscoring Minnesota 33-19. A Minnesota bench that was number 1 in bench scoring in these playoffs, averaging over 38 a game. And again, it's Keldon Johnson and Dylan Harper providing 30 of those here tonight. Spurs also 9-0 in the current format when winning a Game 5 playoff game at home when it comes to winning a series. And 8 of the 9 times that they've won the Game 5, they've also gone on the road and won the Game 6. With a lone time, they failed to do that, being the 2014 first-round series in Dallas. They lost Game 6 at American Airlines Center, came back on the Sunday, blew out the Mavericks en route to their 5th NBA championship. As Finch has emptied his bench here out of the timeout. Bones Highland, Julian Phillips into the game, Jalen Clark, Johan Berenger, and Kyle Anderson. This group hasn't played in the last 2 games. Meanwhile, the Spurs have put Jordan McLaughlin into the game for the first time. Keldon Johnson cans a top of the wing three. And he's got 21 tonight. 118-93. As the rest of the Spurs bench getting set to come into the game, Barrenjay throws it away. Jordan McLaughlin in transition. Champagnie rising, left wing three, in and out. Barrenjay with a rebound ahead to Highland. Coming upon the final 2 minutes of play. Highland skip pass into the corner, not saved, out of bounds. Phillips couldn't handle it. And the rest of the Spurs bench come in. Lindy Waters III, Kelly Olynyk, Bismack Biyombo, as Keldon Johnson, Dylan Harper, Julian Champagnie come out. Keldon Johnson, his playoff high, 21 points tonight. An 8 of 11 shooting and a plus 17 coming off Dylan Harper. Some more big-time plays in this one. Olynyk over to Waters, left wing. Waters into the corner, Carter Bryant. Bryant sidesteps the defender. Off to McLaughlin, trying to spin it off to Waters. Right wing three is up, is good. Lindy Waters sinks his third three of the postseason, and now the round is on. 121-93, Spurs up 28 in the game. Kyle Anderson, former Spur, the left elbow, pull-up jumper off the mark. And the rebound to Carter Bryant. And we're down to the final 95 seconds left in this one. It was 61-61. And the Spurs are going to end up outscoring Minnesota, at least for now, 60-32 over the last 18 minutes of the ball game. Biyombo inside for two. And it's all of a sudden a 30-point game, 123-93. 75 seconds remaining. Johan Barrenjay goes up no good, gets his own rebound, goes back up, and he's fouled again. So Ayo Dosunmu tied this game up on a layup with 7 minutes and change remaining at 61 apiece. And again, since then, the Spurs have outscored Minnesota by 30, 62-32. Free throw's good for Johan Barrenjay, the rookie. Anthony Edwards almost hit 40 minutes tonight, only scored 20 points. They got a little bit more production from Ayo Dosunmu, a little bit more from Jaden McDaniels, but not enough to counter the waves of attack from the Spurs tonight. And that wave, for the first time really in these playoffs, included Keldon Johnson. 21 points tonight. Waters, free throw line jumper, is in and out. Barrenjay with a rebound. Into the final minute of play. And the Spurs take a 3-2 lead in this best-of-7 series. As Anderson's fouled, they'll go to the line. Minnesota will go back home in front of the home crowd for one final time in this series to try to force a Game 7 back here on Sunday. The Spurs will have another opportunity at a closeout game, 1-for-1 in closeout games after taking care of Portland in 5 games. First free throw is good for Kyle Anderson. And the Minnesota Timberwolves, the two-time Western Conference finalists, will be up against it for the first time in these 2026 playoffs. And the second free throw for Anderson is no good. And 48 seconds remain as Carter Bryant walks it up. They'll spot Kelly Olynyk in the right corner. His three is good. The Spurs starting to add some three-pointers here late in the game. That's their 11th as Olynyk gets into the scoring act. Knocks down his second three of the playoffs. 126-96. The lob to Barrenjay, and he's fouled by Biyombo on the way up. And they'll send Johan Barrenjay back to the free throw line. Barrenjay, who was the 17th overall pick by Minnesota back in the 2025 NBA draft. As these teams continue to play, the NBA draft combine got underway this week in Chicago after the Washington Wizards won the draft lottery and the right to select the first overall pick. Jordan McLaughlin back into the front court. Behind the back to Bismack Biyombo's reverse layup is blocked. Minnesota's got it. Final 20 seconds. Bones Highland kicks to the corner. Phillips will put up the 2 foot on the line, and the weak side rebound is taken by Carter Bryant. And you can turn out the lights in the gym here tonight as the Spurs pull away from Minnesota in the final 19 minutes of the game, outscoring Minnesota 65-36 and win it 126-97 to take a 3-2 lead in this best-of-7 Western Conference semifinal series. 6 in double figures tonight for the Spurs, 27, 17, and 5 for Victor Wembanyama, 21 points for Keldon Johnson, a double-double, the second of his playoff career for Dylan Harper with 12 points and 10 rebounds, 18 points for De'Aaron Fox, and 17 and 6 for Stephon Castle as the Spurs now 1 win away from closing out the Minnesota Timberwolves and a date with the Oklahoma City Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. Coming up on our Spurs postgame coverage, we'll take a look back at our scoring summary, stats, highlights, and analysis from tonight's game. We'll be joined by our impact player of the game outside the Spurs locker room. We'll be rejoined by Carl Schoening up here in the broadcast booth as we look ahead to game number 6 coming up Friday night in Minnesota, and much more all coming up on our Spurs postgame coverage. Next Spurs broadcast, Game 6 Friday night from Target Center in Minnesota. The broadcast time begins at 8 p.m. at Spurs Radio Game Night, and the tip time around 8:45. We'll just say that. Split the difference between the slide at 8:47 and 8:42. Spurs and Timberwolves in game number 6. As Keldon Johnson saluting the crowd with a mic down on the court. The Spurs win it tonight, 126-97 over the Minnesota Timberwolves to take a 3-2 lead in this best-of-7 Western Conference semifinals. Again, don't go anywhere. We got more to come here on Spurs postgame. Spurs Radio from Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals continues in a moment.
Cheering the Spurs.
You're listening to San Antonio Spurs basketball.
He lines up the shot from way downtown.
Don't let low credit make reaching your financial goals feel like a long shot. Self has the tools to help you get the credit you deserve.
He shoots. He scores.
Spur your credit forward with Self, the official credit building app of the San Antonio Spurs.
When it's playoff basketball, you got to do a little bit of everything.
The intensity levels are at an all-time high. These are the NBA playoffs. Every team looking to make a run.
This is incredible.
Every player looking to make history.
Give me all you got. Let's go.
So tune in, because this is going to be unbelievable.
This is exactly what we want.
The NBA playoffs presented by Google continue on ABC, ESPN, NBC, Peacock, and Prime.
At SWBC, we believe financial success hinges on teamwork. We've built a legacy on it, partnering with businesses across Texas to help Texans achieve their financial goals. With a comprehensive suite of personal and commercial services, we're here to support whatever journey you're on. From expert property tax services and HR solutions to protecting your future with insurance, investment strategies, and succession planning, we've got you covered. Because great things happen when we move forward together. SWBC, a proud sponsor of the San Antonio Spurs.
At BritBox, character is everything. Stream the iconic characters defining British TV on BritBox, including Ludwig.
I think I might just have solved a murder.
Vera.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Agatha Christie's Poirot.
Bonjour.
And more beloved favourites.
I'm a policeman.
I'm a professional. I'm a Time Lord.
I'm the Duchess of York. Once you know them, you never quite forget them.
I ain't being vain. I just am special.
Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Watch with a free trial today at BritBox.com.
He wants to shoot from way downtown. I don't know about this one.
Does reaching your financial goals feel like a long shot? With Self, it doesn't have to. Get the tools you need today to help build the credit you deserve.
He shoots. He scores.
Spur your credit forward with Self, the official credit building app of the San Antonio Spurs.
Spurs Radio continues. Now, the Spurs post-game show.
Alley-oop, slam, dunk.
The Spurs post-game show is brought to you by SWBC. They put their clients first. Visit SWBC.com. Here's your host, Dan Weiss.
The Spurs continue an impressive streak as this marks now 50 games. And actually 52 games to be exact, and 120 days that they have not lost consecutive games as they rally from losing Game 4